Yeah. What up? It's your boy Woody, and guys, today we're talking about these two whores right here, right off the bat, just like that. Um, they are definitely more human looking. Um, Probably in the entire game, they look more human than they look like cartoons. So, um, I don't. Am I wrong, or has Camel really nailed? Um, what I don't know, like Chinese freaking Camel's Chinese, and but they really freaking nailed like European slash American fucking looking uh AI women. Am I wrong, or it's got some big old.
They're kind of tiny, both of them, in terms of shape, so they kind of look Chinese in terms of the body shape, not
Maybe.
the face.
Well,
The face,
no.
yes, is definitely one is definitely more
Well, okay. Let's say they got the body type as
Western.
of a Chinese woman, but the titties are, because we all know there's. I should probably not say that because people might take this the wrong way whatsoever. Like most Chinese don't have.
Don't say it.
Yeah, you know what I'm getting to. You know what I'm getting to. Damn it. Okay, but you know what I mean. But
I know
anyways,
where you're going.
you know where I'm going. Anyways, so I was looking at this. They got. If you look, I don't know if you noticed. I think Holbrook posted something earlier, a video earlier today. So like when during a battle, it shows. You know what? I'm gonna grab that video. Where is that fucking video?
Wheezy Way Way is saying, "Calm down, boys."
Calm down, boys. All right, I think yeah, right here. So Holbrook was showing this earlier today. Let me rewind it. And the girls, they pop up on the side every time their ability is being used. I
The
think.
effect, yeah.
So are they really being used that much? Like, what about like what?
Apparently.
Or is it on or is it on an entrance of new people? I don't know what that is, because I've seen two times over here, three times
It,
over here
yeah,
versus.
no, it seems like they are popping up every time they are used.
Yeah, but if you look how many. Okay, if you watch the left side, they're being used a lot, and there's nothing on the right side. Like there, it finally goes. You know what I mean? So is this something that?
Might depend on the level.
Yeah, but within
They
33
have.
people. Yeah, but you got 33 people in
So if
here.
you look at the battle, Woody, those blue icons are popping up for the defensive player, and then the red zombie ladies are popping up for the attacker.
Well, I understand
Yeah.
that, but you would think that they'd be popping up at the same time. Because if it was a solo thing, then yeah, I can see that. One person being stronger, have more levels, so on and so forth. But you got 26 people on defense and 12 people going in, and then the
Yeah, but
attackers are.
how many develop the
Well, out of 26
girls?
people, right? But out of 26 people, I guarantee someone has them completely maxed out. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you.
but doesn't it average out as the other ones with the other people? So if you have more people that don't have it,
I don't
like
know.
it will lower the average quite a lot, no?
I don't know. You would think that they're going to be attacking at a relatively the same time, because whenever you see these, like, not don't pay attention to the girls, but you see the little arm thing and the little cannon thing, they're both on the same time, and they both on the same timing when they release. So like maybe not, but still, they're still there. No, they are releasing at the same time. The little cannons, the missile looking.
Then it must be a difference in the levels
But
of
for
each skill.
right, but for who?
Someone,
But for who?
I think it's based upon the time that the person enters the battle, because whoever's in there first, those ones are activated instantly, and then as people trickle in, theirs are activated as soon as they enter the battle as well.
Right, but if you watch these, they already got 25 people. These people on the left only have 12. So these on the right side should be activating more because they got more people in there. This is weird. This is really weird. Like you would think You would think this side, because the 30 people that's already in it, should be popping more than the attacker itself.
Yeah, but to Hokage's point, you don't know how many people have it open.
Out of 33 people, someone has it completely maxed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
This isn't the first day kind of that the game just released kind of stuff.
Yeah, but if you have someone on SAD, which you probably do, Holbrook, that maxed it out, and on the other side, the person that has it didn't max it out, then you get the difference. Even though they both get average out, you get a big difference.
Where the hell is
Let's
Holbrook?
say the other player went up to half of it.
Where the hell is Holbrook? I don't even see him in here. He's the one wanting me to go live. What?
Look for the rum.
Look for the wrong, you said? Look for the wrong.
The rum. No, rum.
The
rum.
rum. Gotta get some people up in here. Because Sky. Yeah, you know what? Sky is from Holbrook's Nation. Holbrook wanted it, so he might be able to explain what Holbrook was talking about.
Yeah, because we had it in Wasteland. The same thing was happening.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of peoples were activated and the opponents weren't. So I just feel like it's based upon who has it and at what levels and at what point they're entering the battle.
Okay. But again, you got 30 people already in it before the battle even starts. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm confused about it, but it is what it is. Looks like they got a lot of things for sale on them. So how long do you think till these are maxed out? Where is the actual?
I don't even know where the. Go to the girls.
Yeah, that's where I was heading.
There, and then exactly. So I have no idea what the maximum is.
Well, I'm assuming because of the way the Titans work that these will go to 28. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, maybe.
Only because that's where the Titans go all the way up to. That's the only reason why I'm assuming that. Okay, I have no clue. I have no insider secrets or anything. I'm assuming it's going to go to 28 because of the Titans. But
so you're at level 8.
Yeah. So
you can speak more than me. I'm at level 0.
Yeah. So
I have one skill on each of the girls unlocked.
Well, they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
Nope.
But what I want to see, the next generation of this game. I mean, not just let's get these guys stronger. You know what I mean? I want to see something come into play to where that like events wise, like the next kind of generation of the game, not just let's throw something in there to get these people stronger and make the whales spend over and over and over again. We want some more new content. I think that's what I'm trying to get to is new content.
Yeah.
Not just because I don't think, is there anything else that they can charge us that's going to cost money?
They can, as they did. Thing, right? So it's that feeling of it's more bullshit added to the game. Yes, it makes you stronger, but to what point? To events that no one plays?
Yeah, that's. I think that
right?
I think you nailed
that's
it.
What when you asked me what I thought about this upgrade. Yeah, it's cool. It makes you stronger, but it doesn't help to the overall goal of the game, of the continuation of the game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was leaning on right there too. Is it's cool that we get stronger, but at what point? Like all this is going in my eyes, all this is going to do is get the whales super hungry, to get it, but everyone else be like, well, what about something else? Where the hell is
Like
GC? You know,
this
like
has two ways that people see it. Like for the whales or the people that spend a lot, for example, it's another way to get stronger. For the mid-range spender, for the mid to low spender, this is just another way to widen that gap between them and the whales. So it's not going to help that much. It's not that beneficial
yeah.
for the mid to low spenders, because ain't no way they're gonna max this out in the next 6 months, a year,
I don't know
for the
about that.
Yeah, that's what
prices
I was telling some
they
of our team
charge.
members, not to get focused on the new shiny thing and continue to develop their officers and officer
Yeah,
equipment.
Yep.
I agree 100% at that. 100%,
Yeah.
and let this trickle in when you get that when you have it. Now the whales are going to max it out as soon as they possibly can. Let's be real. But even
Because the way I look at it is it's basically like Titan equipment, but for the zombie ladies, and we all know how that Titan equipment shit goes. Because those smaller levels, the outside pieces are basically like the alloy for the zombie ladies, and that middle piece is pretty much the Titan chips for basically the Titan equipment. And as you go on, that shit's gonna be stupid expensive,
yeah.
especially if the outside pieces max at 55 and the interior maxes at 30. It's definitely gonna be a money pit.
Oh, I mean, you're not wrong on that. That you kind of nailed it right there. Money pit.
Yeah.
Money pit.
It depends on how they do the following things. So if they change the rewards in some of the events, the same they did, for example, with the officer equipment when that came out, we also thought, okay, this is going to be a money pit. It's going to be expensive and stuff like that. Except for the golden parts, most of the rest of the materials you can get them for free as rewards for participating in events and stuff within the nation. So if they do this for this type of things, even for the whales, then it might be useful because it's something the whales can spend money on to play on certain events, because they will spend the money anyway. But the rewards they get for most events, like I understand LG, for example, when he says, I buy it to play the events and to be able to buff up and stuff like that. But the rewards I get are shit. I can't do anything with them.
Yeah.
They're just sitting on the bag. I can't give them away. I can't trade them. I can't do anything.
Yeah, no, I agree 100% with that. Like, if you look down here with like the skeleton keys, like,
Yeah.
there's so many thousands of fucking skeleton keys that are just sitting in a bag. Like, when are they being used? They're not. Are they going to be used? Why can't you share it with people?
Correct.
You know, like that kind of
Look,
stuff.
you have 21,000 of the energy jars, for example. Do you know how many people need those things?
Oh, I know, dude. I got 1,081 freaking skeleton keys.
Like, just give us a way to do something with this. Even if it's like in a shape of presents, give it to your alliance, for example.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And another thing is like,
If you don't want to make money with it, sitting on the bag, like for a big spender that has thousands upon thousands of those things that are freaking expensive and they can't use them anymore, it's frustrating.
oh,
Right. So if they mix this new thing in those packs for even for the whales as rewards, it might alleviate that feeling a little bit, even though there are other ways.
hey,
Like
are you seeing? Hold
what
on,
we were
hold on,
talking about.
hold on. Are you seeing what I'm seeing right now?
Yes, you're getting the things from the exchange.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. And you can. And now you can actually stop it if you click the wrong one. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna end up getting this thing too, because just in case, because you know the horrors are not cheap. How many times am I gonna get it? Okay, yeah.
I'm sure
So it
parts
is
of
three.
it will be.
It is 3 still. So now you don't gotta. You can just instantly get it. So that's. I mean, that's not bad right there with the instant get it, but Jesus Christ, the amount. I feel that the amount of um, that you get from it is just look right here. The attack boost, at level 15 is 11.2
Yeah.
for the attack boost. I mean, everyone knows here about the attack boost. Like, what does it really do? We don't see it. I mean, we don't really see the difference in the actual report. You know what I mean? I mean, we see something similar to that, but
But for example, for the other one on the bottom right, on
yeah,
the other girl, the bottom right is
Yeah.
attack reduction.
yeah, it's so. Let's say you boost one thing and then you even it back out with another thing.
Yeah, enemy attack reduction. 1.4% plus 0.7.
I've heard. I'm not gonna say
It
names.
starts at that. Yours might be way higher than mine.
Right. Well, I've heard even from some of the whales that they're like, we don't need this. What we need is different content. We need C44 to drop, or we need some kind of event, that's going to bring other alliances to play with. From different nations, play for your own nation. Or even bring GC back. I don't know how many. I know that we bitched and complained about it. I know that, and that's kind of the whole GC thing. Will be real. That's probably our fault that we haven't seen it. And I hate to put blame.
It's Woody's fault. It's straight up Woody's fault, and I miss GC, so I'm mad at you, Woody. Not really, but kind of.
Well, no. Don't be blaming me. Don't be blaming me. But I feel that it is our fault because we complained about it, complained about it, and I don't know. Maybe it's a Chinese thing in their culture. If you complain about it, we're gonna take it away from you. Kind of like how we would do with our own kids. You complain it, fine. You don't like it, we're taking it away, kind of deal. Maybe we're the kids. Parents will understand what I'm talking about right there. You don't want it, fine. I'm taking it away until you do want it back.
You don't get it back.
Yeah. Ah, man. But I mean, here's the thing: of all this new shit, the game still lags. I mean, it still crashes. So I mean, oh my god, Camel.
Sure.
Maybe they'll fix it 20 years from now. God, I don't even know what to say.
I don't know.
Holbrook's
I find
fault.
that
Holbrook's
makes so
fault.
strange. Like dogs with dragons and stuff all mixed up.
Yeah. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Or no, lions and bears and robots. Oh my, and dogs. Can't forget the dogs.
At this point, it's no longer a zombie game; it's a zoo game.
Oh my god, you fucking nailed it right there. It's a fucking zoo. Look, we got freaking peacocks, we got dragons, we got robots. Like, where's the zombies? I don't even see a damn zombie. These monsters are not zombies, are they? Like,
No.
These ain't zombies. Are they actually, though? No, they're not fucking zombies. It's crazy. It's crazy. When they brought the dog out, I was like, okay, Camel, I think you're going a little bit too far off the whole zombie portion of it. Like,
The
at least
dog was cool. The dog was a bit much, but the dragon is badass.
Yeah, I don't like the dog.
the
I like the dragon.
the only thing cool about the dog is the buff, and that's it. The dog is like,
Exactly. The effects and the benefits of the dog are cool. Looks stupid. Dragon is badass.
gonna have me go looking at this again.
And this new
This-
thing it also looks cool.
The Empire, the Empire looks badass. I'm not gonna lie. I do like the way the Empire looks, and
And I like the animation during the battle.
yeah.
But for the dog, like
Yeah, you
we
hit
got
it on the head,
dog,
Hokage,
we got a lion, we got the mouse thing. The
You
Cupid.
definitely hit it on the head, though, Hokage. The in-battle animation for the Disruptor Emperor is definitely what made me want that skin.
You know what made everyone want this skin? Is so they didn't have the fucking
ball.
dog anymore. That's why they wanted that skin so bad.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they wanted the skin. So they don't got to deal with the dog or the cat. If we're being
Even the
real.
lion was like, okay, it's just in front of the troops. He's not sitting on your city the whole time. Like,
Well,
I still can't get on board with that dog.
I want to actually find something. We got Void coming up, by the way, soon. Within 24 hours. So, who do we have? I think it was 405. If I'm 406 gun. Ooh, wait a minute. Is 406? Is that Bantakeen or is Bantakeen 405?
405.
Okay.
He was typing, so I saw his name.
Okay, that's it. So Bantakeen's in here. Okay.
Yep, he's typing again.
I'm gonna be real when it comes to Bantakeen. When we first joined and had my Discord going, there wasn't a lot of people that liked him. But now, it's been years and he's been very active. He's kind of part of the family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He really is now. Like now that all that other the whole. He had a couple hand slaps, but he's kind of a part of the family now. Like, if it wasn't for him, the digging for information, or should I say, stirring the pot, a lot of people would be kind of still bored. So I got to give him that. Yes,
So he
Ben.
likes to stir the pot.
Oh, does he ever? Does he fucking ever? Oh my God, does he?
Is he the third Just a Tip? Because you have Just a Tip, you have Planet, is
So-
the Minion, and then after that, is it Bantaking?
Well, it
In
used to
terms
be.
of instigating?
Well, okay, so it used to be Braz, and we're not going to say that. We're not going to say the name 3 times, because it like Beetlejuice, they will
Right.
appear. So it
You
used to
mean
be him.
Cartman?
Well, I mean, guys, listen. He still is my friend. We just haven't talked since the thing, but.
You see that.
But that, I mean, if he wants to ever talk to me one day, I feel I'll be more than open to talk to him. But then you had him, and then you had Chris, which I do see him every once in a while posting here too, which is still one of my friends.
Sure.
And then Bantakeen. Oh no, you had that one guy that tried to take fucking the name that we don't say 3 times his place, and he got pushed out real quick, and then now you got Bantakeen. So I mean, it is what it is. I take pride in that, I guess, right? Gotta take pride in that.
Yep.
Oh my God, everyone's all asking me what's going on at the whole Mental City. Man, Brandon, I can't answer that because it's not I'm not getting involved with what's going on there. Has nothing to do with me, and I'm gonna end it like that. I'm not getting involved.
Yep.
That's just.
Me neither. No comment.
But come on, Woody, you're the OG pot stirrer. Let's go. Let's get some gossip going, man. No, I'm just talking trash.
I will.
We know nothing. We heard nothing.
No, I mean everyone knows what's going on, but I'm just not gonna get involved in it because a lot of these guys are. Listen, guys, I'm friends with everyone. I try not to pick sides. I know right from wrong, and the only thing I can say is people just need to use that kind of thing of knowing right from wrong, and that's all I can say. Other than that, I mean, they're both my friends. I'm not getting involved with this shit. Like, it has nothing to do with me. Does that make sense? I mean, I mean, I can't. I gotta.
Woody, I'll say that.
It does.
He's a good friend. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah,
It just sucks.
it does, but I gotta stay out of it. It's not my business.
It
But
affects
it
us all,
does.
but but
It
sucks.
does make sense, and I'm on the same boat. Even
You've
though
lived
I'm
it.
not.
Yeah,
in the
it's-
same
You've lived it.
nation.
You've lived it as well, yeah.
I think I think King PR from 7-Eleven just said this isn't for YouTube. He just nailed it right
Nope.
there. It's not for YouTube. It's not. This is
Exactly.
behind closed door kind of shit. That has no one needs to know what the fuck's going on. It's none of your business.
Correct.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta hop out and work really quick, but I will be right back.
Okay.
Bye bye.
No problem. No problem. But I will say there's going to be, from what I understand, I heard there's going to be some good battles going on. So tomorrow, no, Sunday, we got 621 and we got 989 within a 2-hour difference. That's going to be super exciting. So 621. Well, we already know we've got it. We've battled 621 twice now. So that's going to be a little bit difficult. 989, they've started going up they climbed up the ladder. So
Yes.
with that being said, I mean, they're giving us a shot. They're up in the where are they at? 23rd. So I mean, they're up in the ladder right now.
Guess
it-
who we're having?
Who does 425 got?
910.
You guys got 910. Okay.
Yep. And next week is 255. That's all.
So it's starting all over again, guys. Didn't I say that was going to happen? Like people
Every 2 weeks.
not every 2 weeks. It's gonna. I would say. Hold on. Let me get
255, it has been.
I gotta get Big Daddy up here. Where is he in here? That's Big Papa. Where's Big Daddy?
255, he has been every 2 weeks. And it's not a surprise.
Why is he not?
Apparently, they told LG that they would challenges us every 2 weeks with 2 weeks in advance. So
Wait. What?
yeah, they told LG that they would challenge us with always 2 weeks in advance, so we could prepare.
Two.
And they have been doing so every 2 weeks.
So 255's been doing that to you guys.
Mhm.
Oh, that's something I didn't know. Yeah, I can't find Big Daddy in here, so I guess he left.
Yeah, but they let him know they were doing it.
Yeah.
Which is
Yes.
still it's repetitive, but they're letting you know.
Yeah.
I-
No
I
hard
just think for you,
feelings.
like for you guys, it stinks when you get a challenge when it's not going to work for the timing for you guys.
Yep.
Like if you're not going to have full, it just sucks. If you're in the top 5, you want to have battles where it's going to be, let's fight when we're all going to be 90 plus.
Yeah, I think the 2 weeks
We
thing.
spend a lot of money
And
trying to fight these battles and make it good. And I just say there should be a little bit of honor in the top 5, top 10. Like, hey, let's
And
make
there
it all
is.
work for each other. It really should.
And
be.
there is I'm not saying this to complain.
No,
I actually
and
like
I'm not saying
it.
there's not. But I mean,
For
that's a rule that
example,
we should have. That's a rule we should have.
The polar this week was awesome. And
Okay.
we had
Polar's
910,
a loss of money for everyone. That's
Yeah,
there's no saving of money on that. That's just a
but it was fun. I don't care about
it's
the
good.
money. I care about having fun. I had fun, and we had 255 and 910, all in the same polar. It was fun. So I don't care if they challenge us to every 2 weeks. Let's go.
So I
I think EW as an event. My point is that it's awesome when you can get 95 plus versus 95 plus, and really go toe to toe and make it a strategy, make it fun.
I think we
That's
also
what
have to.
everyone wants to play.
I think we
Yeah.
also have to realize 2 weeks. I get that's enough time for the upper whales to build up their bags. But if you think about the lower whales, it takes a little bit more time than 2 weeks to fill their bags up.
Well,
That's why-
you know LG and the
Yeah,
person
but how
that
long-
took over mental account. They don't need 2 weeks to fill up
That's
their
what. Yeah,
bag.
but 2 people can't win a elite war all the time. Is what I'm trying to get to.
Sure.
So I think that if I remember, we kind of averaged out. It would have been like every 2 months we would have started seeing the top 5 or top 6 battling each other off again. Because that 2 months is about a good enough time for even the lower people to be able to save their bags for one big bang. You know, like what the whole 2 weeks thing. What that's going to do? That's going to make it to where a lot of people don't participate in certain events just to save up their bags for the Elite War. Or maybe that's the plan all together to challenge you
Top,
enough.
top five will be fighting each other once a week. That's where we're heading towards.
Well, yeah,
promise you that.
you know what, you want to know why? And I'll tell you exactly why they're going to be doing that real soon. Because all the locked nations now are they're at the point where they can't touch them anymore. They've dropped it down so far that you can't farm them anymore. So who's next? And you know what? I said that was going to happen.
I'd rather play EW than Void or Frenzy any day of the week too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because you know what? People are going to show up. They're going to take those hits and they're going to heal and they're going to come right back in it. Versus Void, it's all about who's going to recruit more because no one else is going to fight. I mean, let's be real. Here's the thing. We root.
I do like when you drive Iron Blood though, Woody.
Do you? I go crazy in Iron Blood. Chaos Land's worse. I do.
I do like it. I just feel sorry for the tiny C34s and C35s.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to Iron Blood, dude, we all knew walking into Iron Blood, the first day that it was released, we all knew it was a whale game. It was a whale game. But even for those little people, it's still fun. I don't know if you noticed, like even when I played, I would see like 235s or 236s fighting it off, and unless I didn't have a target, I left them alone and let them do their own little thing until I didn't have no more targets. Then I went over there and just burnt them.
You know what? It was expensive a little bit, but it was fun as hell.
Yeah.
So I'm a C38. I can't beat C41s in general. So the only way I can get to do something like that is just tag along with Mantle. Every time he ports, you port too. He attacks, you attack too. He speeds, you speed too.
It's
that's
expensive,
true. But it's fun as heck.
So that's what I used to do with Ram. When Ram, remember back in the days, whenever Ram ported, I went to that battle screen and I seen where he was, and I ported there. And if he attacked, I was attacking.
I did that with Mental on Iron Blood and GC. Well, some people were holding the towers. I was following Mental around. Just
you know what? You know why we do that? It wasn't like GC. Yeah, it's about the towers, but for some of us, it's about just being able to burn the fuck out of someone. Like, I don't know how many GCs that I knew I was going to lose, but I was damned if I wasn't burning them. Like, I went in there just to burn people. I think that's what we have. Like, Chaos Land is so, like, when they have Chaos Land, it's so popular because they give us that opportunity to just burn whatever and just run around like fucking fools and just burn whatever we can. That's why I love Chaos Land so much. It's just
with Mental, as long as you're not from our nation, if you're a C38 and above and you're not burning, you better run.
Well,
that's it. He doesn't care. He just burns everyone.
Well, I mean, you know what? Mick is the same way. Mick is the same way. Genghis is the same way. Bryce is the same way.
Fun.
Safe's the same way. Everyone, those mega whales out there. I said mega males. Those mega whales out there. They literally, you might see them port to you or around you, burn you, and they're gone. Like they're in and they're out, and they're going to the next target. And they might port back to you 5 minutes later just to make sure you have no more troops. That's funny.
Yep. The thing is, like, Mental finds new people, and the first thing he does is post on the chat. So you don't need to talk to him. You just need to be quick and follow. Every time he posts a link, you jump immediately.
I agree.
And that's how you play with him. It's so fun.
That's how you're supposed to play Chaos Land. Period. You're supposed to attack and jump because the bonus points of attacking, it's not when you send that second fleet in or third fleet. It's you have to hit one person and then hit another person to get that bonus points, and then continue to hit different persons. I think it's like every fifth or sixth player, then you can go back to the beginning and hit them again to get more bonus points. Those bonus points mean so much that people don't even understand that. Like they're huge. Huge. But
And since I mentioned his name multiple times, I'm just saying I'm not trying to call anyone out. It's just fun.
100% fun. 100% fun. 100% fun. Now, the question is guys, when are you guys going to start fighting in Void? The people that are watching this, when are you going to start fighting in Void again? Let me explain what I mean. Or better yet, we won't even talk Void because people are scared to lose their troops. Whatever, I get it. Same thing in other games, similar to this. But Frenzy, why are you not fighting in Frenzy? What the fuck? Like, Frenzy was made, guys. Frenzy was made to test and see what your alliance can do as a whole. So you should not give two craps if you win or lose that Frenzy. And honestly, the whole head of state thing, who gives a damn about who's the fucking winner in the end? Who cares? Just have some fun in Frenzy and just burn each other. Do you guys know, for the people that bubble and stay bubble, do you realize that the game was fun when you had an entire alliance port to the other top alliance and everyone dropped bubbles and just went at it? They just went at it. They didn't bubble up. They went at it until someone was out of troops. And that's who won. Is whoever had troops left, it was the person that won. That's when the days were fun. Now you got, well, I mean, we only got 5 people online, and I don't know if I want to do that. Let's try to set a trap. Fuck that. Just port a little bit of ways and send to someone. And you know what? Have some fun. Have some fun. You never know. You might just burn a whale. And I'll tell you what, when you burn a whale, that's the best feeling in the world right there, is burning a whale. Because that guy just lost $150,000.
Especially if you're not a big guy, per se.
Yeah, if you're not a big guy, I agree.
Like, if you're a C-38 and you help burn a C-41, like a big guy, the feeling is something different.
Oh, 100%.
100. It's huge.
Like that guy Orca, I forget what nation it was. I think it was like 360 or 395 or whatever. Orca, he sat right fucking here, literally right here, unbubbled, and went to sleep. We hit that mother 5 times, and when he woke up, he found out that he no longer had troops. He no longer had troops, and he wasn't gonna heal it. I promise you that. That was like, he was like, what, almost 600,000 BP or 600 million BP. I don't even know how many days
he
heals
with 50 or so.
Yeah, 50 million was in 50 million
as far
at that.
As I remember.
Yeah, 50 million at that point is literally just your officers.
Yep.
Just your officers and all the other shit. And 0 troops. Can you imagine waking up and being like, oh, how many day heal do you think that is? How many days of heals?
A shit ton.
Well, let's see. Let's check the bags, Let's check the bag and see how many days of heals we got here. We got 1,654 days of heals. So I would assume at 500.
How many years is that?
That's.
You have 365 days in a year.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So that's like almost like 4.5 years right there. And you know what? I'm gonna be real with you. At 550 million BP, it might be that long to heal all your troops back.
That's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, I can see Genghis now coming in and see that at 0. Fuck you, Woody. Get out of here. He'd be
Don't
like,
you
what
dare
the?
drop your shield.
Don't you drop your shield. Yeah.
Don't take naps during Void.
Oh my god.
No naps on Sunday.
No, but
naps on Sunday.
I do like Iron Blood. Oh, I just got kicked. Hold on.
Genghis is protecting his troops.
Yep. Oh,
We
no.
actually had a crate with Woody. One of the 796 players made a video to him, but fucking Nabdi scored like 1.3 billion just in the first phase. That's how much action it was.
1 point, and so you guys actually had a good frenzy.
No, Iron Blood.
Iron
against
Blood.
796.
He
Hey,
scored.
Bryce, doesn't it feel like we had in the upper nations, we had better Iron Bloods? Like where C41s would like run around and try to destroy each other? I could tell you that down in 567, I don't feel like it's as sweaty as it was back when we had like 9, 10, and 7.
Yeah, I agree with you. This past Iron Blood was definitely the most craziest one I've seen in a long time. I mean, like I said, Nabji scored 1.3 billion in the first phase of Iron Blood, just because we were just going at it with Polar Bear and a bunch of those other guys. There's a video out there. One of their players posted it on YouTube.
If you have Polar Bear, you're going to get a big score. So
Yeah.
a big score.
That's the thing. Like, there are certain nations that will fight you. There are definitely certain nations that will fight you. Like Polar Bear, he's always been a fighter. But the problem with that nation is you got only the top people that are fighting. Because we fought them again, and I'm not talking shit about them because they're a good nation. They really are. They got a little restructuring to do, but I think that they'll get that soon. But it wasn't many people other than Polar Bear and the top people that were fighting. Now, I will say, and I'll give credit that Polar Bear, that he will hit you if you're a 300 million BP. He doesn't care. He'll still hit you because he knows that he's still getting points off of that.
Oh, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
If you get an Iron Blood with him, he's the best. But my point to Bryce was that we used to have 2 billion point Iron Bloods up there all the time, 800s, 900s, all the time we had them.
Yeah. I don't know what. At what point did you think the play style changed where no one wants to fight anymore? I don't understand when that happened. It seemed like it happened overnight, kind of thing. Or maybe it's just
Wasn't it gradual? Like the more places you had to spend, the more people stopped spending on Void because healing, recruiting, all of that, it costs. Like if you have a lot of other things where to spend money, if you're not a big whale,
I mean, it's
kind of fall off, no?
Even whales we'd cut back on Iron Blood because of GC. But we don't have GC anymore.
Yeah.
If even whales cut that much, like
On heals?
the other players,
Yeah, like if you
on
wanted to win,
spending in
you wanted to
general.
win a GC, you wanted to go in with 1,500 days plus to heals, right?
Yep.
So you don't want to burn all those in like an Iron Blood for 2 or 3 rounds when it's dumb.
Well, I mean, that's the reason why I was always not going into Iron Blood because I would use every freaking thing I had. Everything I had, I would use it down to the last piece of gold.
Yeah, and then you had GC on Sunday.
And then GC the very next day, or Void.
Mm-hmm.
I think the worst was when we had GC and then Void the very next day. Those were the worst. And then Elite War, it's like, oh man. I don't know what we're going to do this time.
It's the bag.
But you know what? The funny thing is like when those days were happening and the people that did participate, it wasn't. No one was feeding Elite War. No one was zipping around. Everyone didn't have any bags at that point. Like no one did, not even the whales. And it was literally just the peer who's ever stronger is going to win, versus the tactical the tactical stuff of how to you know what I mean, maneuvering. But so let's jump back to these zombies real quick because Genghis, what do you think about this? Do you think this is going to be this obviously is set up to like the old Titan equipment is? Do you think this is going to be similar going all the way to level 28 and it's going to take a year to finish or man, someone keeps kicking me out.
It may be me, but I mean, if you could pull it up, like I don't know, look at them. I don't care if you share what I have on those.
Well, I've already shared it.
Yeah, I mean, but like I don't know. I'm not even sure how far they go, but it's just you got to think that whales are tired of this shit, man. It's like crazy how.
Yeah.
At least to level 15 per skill.
These are like houses. You buy houses for fucking money. Crazy.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree with that. I agree with that. What would you be willing to say that would be better so if Camel does listen to this? What kind of I think new content or new events more remember me saying a year ago during one of my videos it was the New Year's video where I said that there was a lot of new things coming to where you're going to be playing with other people, playing with other alliances with different nations and stuff like that. Well, so far it's not hit, although it's being tested in 4.2.5, which Lee God was able to show and share to where I showed. That was one of the things that Camel told me that was coming out. It's just they didn't release it when they said they were going to, so they kind of made me look like a liar. But that was one of the things that I was talking about.
And that game is cool. If they release it to everyone, it's a good event.
I agree.
It's
agree.
fun. You don't need to spend heals and anything. It's really, really nice.
So is there just what would we say would be the best stat for these between these chicks? The HP, the defense, the attack boost. Is there any kind of biochemical expansion? No, I'm not seeing any of that.
The one on the left corner down.
I think if you look at my two, I can tell you where
Down
my
there.
distribution would be.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
looking
what are
at
you talking
yours.
about? If you look at those two, I would tell you that's how I would max them out along those lines.
So
Personally,
so
long
start
range attack. Yeah,
so start with for the girl in red, Whore 1. You want to do the top
HP.
right one with the HP and
and I think
defense.
one center skill is better than the other, in my opinion.
Okay, so attack and commander deal damage equal to the number of surviving things. That honestly, I've never understood this, but I mean, I always kind of figured like the percentage of troops left. But anyways, with that, damage increased by 34% next time it's triggered. So okay, I understand it now. So whatever you have left after the first battle will be 35% damage increase the next time it flares up. Okay, so that makes sense now. So whatever whatever it calculates from the first time, it's you can lose a lot of troops in between the next time it activates, but still the 34% damage increase is still going to be there from now. Okay, I understand what it means now.
Yeah, I always like damage better.
Oh, damage is king when it comes to this game, guys. It's king. Like I've always said that if you see that word damage, that's good. And then this one, cast a shield. Oh man, the whole cast a shield of front row. I get the whole. This is like a top off for the kind of like Aeon, but they're making other stats that make that shield even weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker.
I wouldn't neglect it. Like I think I haven't evened them up. I think we need to do them like 60-40.
Yeah, I mean, don't neglect it. Don't neglect it if you plan on being that mega whale. But as a, let's just say, like as a free to play player, or like a budget player, and we all know, like, budget player, like we're talking about like $500 a month. Um, I would not even mess with these girls. I would still be focused on your officers and the antiques and stuff like that. Like antiques, you should stop at 300,000. Um, when it comes to where your antiques are, because that's like a good 200 to 250 increase on your stats, which is huge. It's huge. 250, 300, that's huge. But your officer equipment is still king, guys. Like, it's still king. Like, until you max them out, it's still king. You guys should always be focused on those officers, unless you're maxed them out, then move on. I don't know what else Camo can put into the game to raise stats. Like, there has to be a time that where they have to open this middle on the academy, or they're gonna have to release the Titans for the talent. They have to release that bottom thing because they're running out of things that they can put in there. Other than
They
new.
can always give you a third Titan. They can. There is already space since they released the first, so they can give you another plane skin.
Well, here's the thing. War and Order has 3 Titans, okay? They do. But they're not called Titans. And their third one, we already have the third one. Just no one treats it as a Titan. It's the plane. The plane is the third Titan.
The third Titan.
And that is the third Titan. It's just we don't look at it as a Titan. But if you compare War and Order compared to this game, it's set up the same. They got the 2 main Titans, and then they don't got a plane. They got something else there, but they are considered to be a Titan. And again, they're not called Titans there. It's a different name, but that's what their third Titan is. So we already have that.
Sure.
And
You want to know what they need to do?
what's
Woody?
that? What's that?
What they need to do, they're not going to do. They just need to stop releasing shit. Make the game a little bit more affordable, not necessarily to grow your city, but more affordable to play. And just let everybody have fun already. But they don't care. All they care about is sucking the money out of everybody. They're going to continue to do that till it doesn't work anymore, and that's it. They don't want to make their game actually more fun in the right way. And I don't think they ever will.
Well, okay,
It's
so
just what it is.
let's think of a company's point of view. Okay, so it costs a lot of money to develop something, even if it's a knockoff from a different game. It still costs a lot of money to avoid the copyrights of it and still develop it. So in Camel's eyes, they got to think about, or any business aspect, you got to think about it this way: how can I bring the people what they want, but still make a shitload of money off of it? And that's the way any company has to. That's the way they think. Giving away free, like giving stuff away for free, no one gets ahead by doing that. In a company's eyes, no one does. Like, you can't even take a shit nowadays without having to pay money for public, like sewage and stuff like that. If you think about it, so it's the same. It's the same theory as this. A company's not gonna give away for free because they had to put developers on it. They had to do the coding, and so they have to make some kind of money off of it. But I agree with you.
I get the money part, but that's
they made enough money to pay the developers 10 times over, but regardless, there's a big difference between the mentality of running a company in China or Asia in general, or running a company in the West.
Yeah.
They don't think the same way.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm looking at a brand new nation. I want to see.
Like even in common markets like e-commerce and stuff like that, they don't think the same way. There's a reason why there's no Amazon in Southeast Asia. Well, there is, but it's not Amazon.
Right. I'm looking at a
It's
brand new.
something created by Alibaba.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
it
at.
Which
got
is
copied 10 years after.
I'm looking at a
Yep.
brand new nation right now. I'm just trying. What I'm trying to figure out is how many new people are in here, in these new nations before farms start popping up. So it looks like
that nation opened today.
yeah, it opened today. So the first one that I see that's out of the top 100, number 100 is the first commander name that I see. So there's 100 people in this nation right now.
100 real people.
100 real people. Now let's check and see how many farms. If they fix it, what you know what? They might have fixed the farm bot thing. These guys already messed up their nation. Look at this. They already messed it up. They're immediately going to. Actually, no, I can't say that they're immediately going to make farms. I can't say that because it is still brand new in this nation that it might not be farms. You know what I mean? Oh no, I was wrong. They are botting it already. Jeez. Yeah, they're botting a new nation already. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. I feel that this is Camel doing it.
I'm not sure they are doing it, but for sure they are not trying to stop it.
Well, now that I'm not on contract, the reason I feel that it's Camel doing it is because to keep it on the Android's Google Play and the Apple. I feel that's why it's being happening. Because just like Walmart, if you put something on their shelves, right? You put something on the shelves and it doesn't sell, what does Walmart do? They yank it and replace it with something else. Am I not wrong?
Yes.
So the Apple / Google market platform is the same
Mhm.
exact thing. If you're
It
not
counts the downloads, yeah.
yeah, they count the downloads. And if you don't
And the
have
logins.
it, yep. If you don't have them, they'll boot you.
Yeah.
Now that's not a Camel secret either. That is just freaking general knowledge.
I'm not saying they are doing that, or
Oh, it's
if
just a
they are
thought.
paying, or if they are paying someone to do something like that.
But they're not stopping it.
which
They're not stopping it.
Exactly. They are not stopping it, and they can't, because I know how one of the people that does this does it, and I can tell you this. He can create from scratch about 100 accounts an hour
Jeez.
with one computer. You don't need anything else. You need one computer.
That's crazy.
He can create about 100 accounts an hour. So he points that thing to a nation, and at the end of the day, he has like 600, 700 farms.
So he's using a macros loop, right? Definitely.
I'm not gonna get into details on the live, but
Well, no, I mean that's the only that's
something like that.
That's the only way to do it is to run an iMacros and
No,
loop it, a macros and
there's
loop it.
there's other ways.
Well,
let's leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. But it is interesting. That was just my thought. That could be 100% wrong. 100%
The
wrong.
thing is so automated that you know that in order to register an account, the easiest way is to get a Gmail or something like that, right?
Yeah.
They create those automatically. And Facebook accounts
Yeah.
emails before they register the accounts.
Yeah,
so it's not just a macro. It's more complex than that.
Yeah, I used to do that. I actually used to run macros on Firefox, and just make multiple Facebooks. Like I'm talking about like 300, 400, 500 Facebooks. Like emails and all that shit. Like it would take about about good 48 hours for me to make like 500 of them, and all they got to do is log into it once and put it to the macros in it and just let it run. But
Yeah.
it's only one time they got to do it, but they got to do it all the way through, and then they just script it into there. But I wouldn't suggest people to do it into this game. I would not do that because
I'm not suggesting anyone to do this.
yeah. Imagine
I'm
this.
just saying it can be done. Technically, it can be done.
Well, I mean, of course it can be done. We see it every single nation. But what I'm saying is, I will suggest people doing it. Imagine spending that kind of money. Like you spend, I don't know. I'm in a $1.2 million city right now. Imagine just dropping that kind of money, and then Camel pulling the plug on it on your city because they think it's you doing it. That's like. And then if you
Yeah.
read the terms of service, and it does say it in there, if you get caught using a third-party program, they can do it with
They
no
can cut
refund.
your city.
With no
Yeah.
refund, meaning even if you do a chargeback, all they got to do is show proof that you were using a third-party program, and you're not getting your money back.
Okay, but let's put it this way. If you're smart enough to set up an automated system to do this, and if you're making money out of it, like selling resources or something else, you're not gonna do that with your main account.
No, you're
You
not.
use an account that if they block, they block. You don't care. They will never know it's you, the main account.
That's also true. You're 100% right on that.
So
You're 100% right on that.
now, if you see a lot of logins and everything coming from basically the same region and the same IP or very similar IPs, come on, in a space of an hour, 100 accounts coming from the same city, probably the same location. They just don't get it. They just don't catch it if they don't want to. That's
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
point
say, I was gonna
trying
say,
to make.
I was gonna say, Camel knows about every single thing that you do. Like the second you log into a different
Yeah.
city, they know. Like they know exactly that it's not you. How can you log into city from, let's just say, Illinois, and all of a sudden someone from freaking California logs into it from a minute later? Come on, they're not stupid. I mean, I got kicked out
But
again.
they can, they block you as well. Like
Yeah.
if you're in the US, for example, and someone logs in from Europe, it's not a problem. But if you're in the US or in Canada, as the case I know, and someone logs in from Vietnam, your account gets blocked
It's true.
until you verify it.
It's true. It's true.
Even if it's a regular player, just someone that is covering for you, if they see a login coming either from China or Vietnam, they flag it right away.
So, Brandon from the YouTube chat is asking, Woody, what are your thoughts about 799 pulling 95 plus on Elite War? I think it's already happened. I think it's already happened, and I think that they went up against 785. And I think I heard Holbrook and them say that they came with 95 people.
Yep, and they won.
And they won, yeah.
That was last week.
Was it last week?
Last Sunday. Yes.
I think Lady Fox put it on her channel as well.
We talked about it on Mantras, by the way, on the last one.
What's that?
We talked about it on the last Mantras.
Okay, my bad.
On the last Sunday or Monday. That's why I know it was last week.
Big Papa.
Because we talked.
Big Papa says 799 is a problem. Yeah, I told you guys. Like how many times? It's funny. Like I say all this stuff, just like 877 is going to be a problem with people. 1070 is going to be a problem. 1111 is going to be a problem. Like I've said this so many times, and I just said just wait. 1038, they're going to be a problem. Or 858, once they get that freaking merger, they're going to be a big problem. A huge problem. People don't understand that. Once 858 gets a merger, they're going to be they're going to be up there. They're going to give a lot of people a run for the money. Let's check 858 out and show exactly what I'm talking about, because they haven't even got a merge yet, and they're already no joke.
Now imagine the 1111 also gets an
my
awesome
God.
merger like 910 did.
Yeah, I feel
If
like
they
that's-
get something similar to that, like if they get Abigail's Nation or something like that as a merger.
Look at this, 858. They already got 1141s there. Hold on, it gets better. Up to 1440s. So by the time they get a merger, these 40s will be 41s. They'll have 1441s, and the 39s will be a 40. And all the 38s, they're probably going to be close to 39. So that's going to be like, watch out. Watch out, people, because if they get a merger, 858, Planet 567 says 858 and 896 will merge. I think it's going to be either 858 and 904 that merges, or 858 and 1038 will merge. Or yeah, you're right. It might be 896 as well. I think between those three
And
people.
most of those nations are not spending a lot right now.
No, they're not.
When they're cities. Yeah.
Yeah,
And why would they? Why would they? They're getting stolen from right now.
Well, yeah, they're molding their nation for merger now. You got so the merger before that, the last merger, or two mergers ago, when Holbrich put the plan, the blueprint of merger, a lot of the nations, 711, 736, 700, they all decided, you know what's it going to hurt to follow the Holbrich blueprint on merger? And a good 80% of those nations that did follow that blueprint got it. Nations that got their third merger. And some of the nations, after they see the people that followed it as a test, then they started like, well, you started too late. So now you got to wait, unfortunately. I still think 858, yeah, they're super strong. My personal opinion would be what they're doing is not spending, which is good. Although you do see there are some people that are. And my opinion would be is stop winning anything. Make your nation look dead. Bring that nation BP. Let's check and see what their nation BP is. That will, where is it? Alliance power. So that's right here. 4 plus 5. So they're at 6.5 right there. You got another. So yeah, they're at like, oh, let's see, 6.
904 merging with 567. Planet, just wake up, come back to the world of the living.
I think to get that merger, 567 would have to.
With 904?
Would have to turn their officers off completely, and all the top players would have to leave all alliances to get that merger. That's what I personally think.
There's only like 6 C41s in 904.
9.
Okay.
Oh, 904. Yeah, but
yeah.
No,
if we can ask,
I gotta say, 425, 621, all of them probably need a merger at some point. It can't just be all the upper nations. Now, what's the handicap for the older nations is that they say, well, our average city size is C38. And what I'll give credit to like a 910 is that they've got C38s. C38 and a 910 versus a C38 and 567. A C38 and 910, those guys are 3 years younger. So they're that much hungrier. They've been spending that much more money.
Yeah.
So it's not even equal, right? It's like a totally dangerous, different type of city.
I think so. If those ancient nations, if they're gonna get a merger, this is how
They need them.
They do. But here's how I think Camel's thinking about it right now, is that they're still too strong to compete against like these newer nations. So I think they're trying to catch these newer nations up to the older nations so they can start having new blood to fight each other. I'm going to leave 255 out of the equation. They're just way too strong. I don't think they're going to get one anytime soon. But what I do think is if they can get like more nations such as 910, or 799 in that or 877, to catch up to where 621, 567, and all those nations up, I feel that we're going to start seeing some of these ancient nations come active, and when the newer nations start going past that, that's when I start seeing those ancient nations get a merger. I think right now Camel, they're just trying to catch everyone up to the ancient nations. So with ancient
They won't.
nations having 141s, just think about it. You got 141s, and if this is Camel's plan, not saying it is, but if it is their plan, the more 41s you get, the longer you're going to wait for a merge.
They might have a more devious plan. Like, what if they trying to merge, for example, older nations
With the newer nations.
with exactly to lower the average?
That's what Plan is
So-
saying. That's what
That-
Plan is saying, Hokic.
Yeah.
That
But in that case, if 567 can choose 904, then 425, I would say we want 1111.
you're not getting it.
Of course
You're
not.
not getting it. You're not getting it.
5, 6,
Of
7
course
can't
not.
pick either. Yeah.
You're not getting it.
But asking is free, right?
All any of these top nations, just know if they did put that in the plan, you would be the last nations to get fucking that kind of choice. You'll see like 365
No, they
get like something like that, like those.
I think if they do something like that, it will be in a way that it will try and kind of average out the top nations. So the bigger you are right now, the shittier merge you're gonna get
I agree with that 100%. I've always said
to balance those scales. So the guys that are in the middle of the pack now will get from the newer nations, will get someone also from kind of the middle of the pack from the lower nations, so it averages out. The nations that are worse from the older ones will get the best nations from the newer ones.
so. Brandon,
I mean, all you have to look at is the expense of capital in the last year. And it's all the newer nations that are spending more than anyone else in the younger. And so they're going to eclipse everyone. And the problem for the older nations is that in most cases, most of those cities are run by the second or third owner, even though Camel says it's not allowed. Right? But I mean, they know it's allowed because that's the way it is. And so you're passing on cities to try to keep those things alive. But you've got the 910s and the cities above that in the 1100s, the 1070s. They're single owner cities that are coming in.
Yeah.
Ready to go. It'll the inflection point will happen like in a finger snap in front of us. It's already happening.
I agree. Brandon, he said 1311. They want 1311 actually wants to merge with 567. They said, and I'm looking at 1311 right now, and they got 237s. Brandon, I'm gonna be real with you. If you guys merge with 567 or any of these older nations, you're jumping into a whale fest. So, although it would be a huge thing for your nation, you guys wouldn't really be able to fight, is what I mean. So, all of these cities below here, they wouldn't be able to fight. You would be food back down there.
Yeah, as it happens with some of these mergers, that immediately after the merge, people get into a civil war. If you get merged with an older nation and you get into a civil war, you're dead. You're done.
Well, it's not even a civil war portion of it. What it is the average city that they have down here is 33 or 32. So
Yep.
we have
Food?
you got rules in most nations that if you're a 34, you're a farm. You're not allowed to have T4s, anything higher than T4s. So
Correct.
now you're talking about 5 people can only out of the entire nation that are allowed to be a
Have
part of
proper
alliance.
troops.
They
Yeah.
would just need to be underneath shields the entire time.
So
And then you got
if that happen,
Yeah, you got
you
those.
would
They'll
get.
be an interesting nation in another 6 months. If you look
It
at the
would be a
distributed
civil
growth.
war. They would be
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. Then that's something that you wouldn't want. Now, if you let's say if you
Correct.
had like 541s, or 641s, then you're jumping into the brackets where everything's going to be cool. But right now, honestly, because you guys are relatively still new, I wouldn't even be asking for a merger. You want to have what I say is your top 50. Once you have 50 C34s, is when you want to start preparing yourself for a merger. So you got 32s at 50. So once you start seeing 34 at 50 spot, the top 50, start preparing for it. Which means
Pull up 255, Woody,
yeah,
and just show people what really matters. It's not the C41s.
it's not.
They've got a lot of them. But when you look at they're like down to 85 at C39 plus.
No, they are
Might be 100
down
of them.
to 100 T39 plus. It's all T13s. The entire
Yeah.
top 100 is all T13s.
And I know that, Brandon, I know you didn't want to hear that. But I mean, right now, it's all about growing your nation. All about growing your nation. I mean, look at this. 29 41s, okay? And these 40s are going to be 41s within 3 months. Look at this.
Yep.
So they're going to have 67 41s in that nation within 3 more months. If that, probably the next few months, next month, probably they'll have it because it's
Random.
been sitting 40s
But a year
for a
from now,
while.
a year from now, it would take 9, 10.
Yeah. A year from now, these will all be 40s, 41s, 141s.
Yes. That's what Random was saying.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
I don't even think it's gonna take a year for those to become C40s.
Well, okay.
C41s maybe, but C40s, I think within the next 6 months or so,
So if
they
you're,
will have 100 C40s.
so you figure this.
Depending on what they're building on their fleets.
Yeah, well, figure this. When 41 first dropped, these are probably the 37s of the nation, or the 36s of the nations. You know what I mean? And within the 3 years that 41's been released, they're now at 39. So you give them another year, they're going to be at 40. They're going to
Yeah,
be.
but look, if you look at them, at least at the frames around the avatars, for the most part, most of these 39s are still spending. So within 6 months, they will be C40s.
Well, I mean, these are frames that you can swap out. Other than like this guy right here, Nega.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly, that's what I was looking
yeah,
at.
that's a spender right there. These are
The
all.
red one.
It seems like there's growth out of
those
them. Though.
three.
Well, I mean, this
It's
one right here is
there's
like,
probably handoff. There's probably handoff in some of those cities.
oh, 100%, 100%. That happens in every single nation. There's a spender right here, but that's a spender. I mean, so you got 64 and up that are spending for the most part. I mean, that's when you start seeing a lot of those spendable frames, the frames that you can buy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I remember hearing. You guys remember hearing people say, "Oh, they're 255s just waiting to waste their bags." This is proof that they're still spending a lot of money because those are not cheap. These frames ain't. These frames
Yep.
alone are not cheap, so they're still spending down there.
Like crazy.
But are they 7? Are they 7 years old? 255?
I think they're 6 years old because on the first year, I think it was 100, like Nation 110 or something like that. Yeah, we're gonna look at their BP right now. Look at this. Look at that.
And look at Polar. Ask Bryce about Polar.
Look, none of them, if you look, like, none of them are like in the 600, 700 million BP, but the average combined, it's fucking crazy.
So I was at when I was in 736, I was at 350 million BP, and that was at 21 million troops. So their biggest BP is 273, so you're averaging about 15 million troops on between
Yeah, but
15 and
that's what I mean. The problem is that they're not the biggest guys I've seen,
they don't need to
but
be.
the average of them combined,
Yeah.
shit, that's what flips the boat, basically.
What's their antiques?
It makes all the difference.
Yeah, they're spending. Well, I'll say their top few are spending on antiques.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're spending, but they're not.
Yeah, like
Yeah, they're not maxing out.
the top. I'll say up to
This is
supersonic.
why 910 is killing them. Actually killing them.
Yeah,
Fucking Polar.
their top 5 are spending because I was able when I joined 567 within like the first 2 months I was able to go from 20,000 to 350,000 in antiques, which was $12,000 to do, which I don't see. Yeah, so from the top 5, they're spending a little bit in there, but these guys are just slow walking it. But
You can get every single antique up to level 10 at like 750K,
yeah,
and then you get all those set bonuses. After that, I mean, you're talking about money that's insane that you're spending. Actually, level 8, which is less, but I mean, level 10. I mean, after that, you got to be a psychotic.
yeah, I think you and Even Mental said fuck after level 10. There's just no reason anymore.
I mean, we're still doing it, but I mean, it's still dumb. It's stupid. Yeah.
I want to see where we are, where you guys are all at in antiques. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Wait a minute. Plain fun times. This is the Mental City. I do not. Who is this? It's not Mental. Mental would not change the name. He would never change the name or the picture. So someone else has this.
It's his handler. Yeah. Let's not get into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. My bad. You're right. Interesting. But yeah, the antiques are still over a million. Yeah, that's right where I left a little bit. I left.
Kitty's over $1 million. Nabsy is definitely over $1 million.
Let's check out 9.
Because there can't be many others that are that high. I mean, that's $1 million. Plus $1 million is like level 13, 14, maybe 15 in some cases.
I want to check out 910 and see where they're at right now.
The crazy thing is, these things are expensive.
Expensive ain't the word.
Yeah, they are fucking expensive. And just picture this: Mental did this in 3 cities. 3.
Man. Look at antiques in here.
It's like, what?
Nabsy, Mental,
It's
or
almost at 1 million again
yeah.
on the 3rd city. What the fuck?
Look at Bryce. Bryce is a free player. Look at him.
Tony, hold on. Tony says we are getting spending shamed. No, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're picking apart on what nations and what they're spending on. We're not. Don't feel that way, Tony. Please, we're not.
We're not picking on the
Yeah, we're not
Spanish.
picking on you guys. Like, you guys are 255 is overpowered. We know that. I think everyone in the game knows you guys are overpowered. But one of these days, someone's gonna catch you guys. It's not gonna be today, tomorrow, or a month, or a year from now. But one of these days, someone's gonna catch you guys.
Maybe 910.
Other than Polar, other than Polar. Well, Polar it benefits 910 very well, because of the T13, to where you can actually buy the T13s and be compatible against other older nations or that are loaded with T13s. That's why Polar benefits 910 a lot, and their antiques are huge. I mean, look at this. All their top players, their antiques are sky high. Even at 600 where iStar is, that's big money right there. I mean, that's like a good 400. We'll say 300 points towards your attack, your boost, your HP. They're big points. And Mufasa's, I didn't even know Mufasa was there. Didn't Mufasa?
910, 905, all those 2 years ago in GC, dude. You're talking about Wales up there had 3 gold planes,
Yeah.
right? So that didn't happen down in the older nations. It's just a different phenomenon. So those guys they're prepped for so you go into Polar with 3 gold planes, man. It's a big thing.
Oh, huge.
You're talking about 2,000 MHP and your attack on every fleet.
It's a huge thing. Now, I do have to say that I would not suggest everyone to focus on 3 gold planes.
No, don't do that.
Focus on 1
Oh,
gold
no,
plane
do.
and focus on 1 gold plane only. Don't try and
Unless you're fighting 910 for GC.
Yeah, unless you can afford it. Like, let's be real. Unless you can afford it,
Plan, isn't it the plan to make all 5 blue and then make all 5 purple?
Yeah.
I thought that was the path.
So the plan you should do is focus on 1 gold and then make everything else purple, because once you hit purple is when it starts costing that extra material that costs a lot of money.
The books.
Other than that, you can literally just grow it to purple for free. Off the dailies that you do from the whatever you call it, the Infinity Zombies. You can do it through there, or I don't even know, because we're using the antiques now, or not the plane equipment from that now. But I mean, even the officer BP in 910 is fucking huge. Look at that. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy.
Scroll down.
Wait. Let me get back into that. Hold on.
I want to see where the 10s start. Wow.
So they have 47, we'll say 46 above, 47 above, 48 above, 49.
They have 50 above 10.
51. 52.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So 10 is like, what do we say? 10 is at about is 1,000 above. And when I say 1,000 above, and I mean flat, meaning the HP and either the mid-range attack or the long-range attack. They still have other things to work on. Don't get me wrong, but that's about 1,000 right there. Now, against people at 3,000, that's you're considered a farm.
Depending
on
how you go, I would say even 1,100.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's got to be 425. Though is the same, right?
Well, let's see. Okay, so we said 52 at 10. So let's check 425.
I had to fight a little bit, but I'm above that.
Let's check 425. We're about to show your nation off.
25.
Here we go. Here we go. Officers going down. And we're looking for where 10 starts. 54. Yeah. It's
pretty close.
910 is pretty much. Well, let's go to the actual cities. They have 24 41s in 425. Up to 36 40s. So this is pretty much where we consider the T13s to start. I get 39 is going to have the Axeman, but Axeman is really only good for defense. It's only good for defense, guys. So in Polar, you're not really defending. It's more like attack fleets. It's not defend fleets. So up to 40. But within a few months,
if you're a C39 and you're playing in a group,
Axeman
your
food.
food, your front line, basically.
Oh
So
yeah. You're 100% right. And a lot of these
I'm a C38 and I'm food, so I know that.
Yeah, but you know what your job is. You know what your
Yep.
job is. You know what I mean? Like that's your job.
Until I get
You're the
up there.
food.
Yep.
You are literally the only
I'm the
job.
front line.
Yeah, your only job is to save your heals for your front line.
Yep.
Now, with that being
And be food for the cannons.
right now, with that being said, I feel that, and this is something that I think that we touched on before. I feel that if you are the food, the meat shield, you should be only using the front line, and only
Yep.
that, and be that meat shield. And I'll tell you why. And big alliance has been talking about this recently, and I think Genghis actually talked about this recently as well. If you have just frontline, and it's literally you are the meat shield, you're 38s, and you ain't got those T13s yet, you would do more damage to the attack if you added backline with a T13 backlines, because not only does it average out your stats, but it also averages out your troop type too. You know what I mean? So this is something that I feel that if you have the front line, obviously I think you might have to have one whale with the T13s in the front line, all T13s, and all the other whales can fucking, the mid range and the back line only send that. I think that it'd be better than everyone splitting up the actual attack itself.
But that goes for
Hogan,
every.
what's your optimal group fleet if you're doing multiple or mostly frontline, and then you want to have your best attack? But like, what are you doing? Like, you're at C38, you said, or C39? What's your
Me?
C38? Yeah, you're C38.
Yes.
So what's your best front row?
When I join 425,
what would you do? Yeah.
so when I joined 425, I reached out to Mental because he was the biggest mid-range player and I never played mid-range before. The first thing he said was, for your below C40, so in group attacks, you only send frontline. Nothing else. Your food. All right. That was the rule since day one. I didn't even discuss it.
Found you, you kitten lover.
And
Yes.
I understand that concept, but I've got a different view on that. But I think and Clue and I talked about this, and talking to Bodizi and others. I think it's a different variable, different ratio, but it's close.
Is it kind of like what I said?
40. Come again?
Like, what's your best troop that you have at C38 frontline?
Shredders.
Like, I can't remember what.
It'd be Shredders. No.
Shredders?
Yeah, it would be Shredders. Yeah, because 37s are is Shredders where theirs are available. So
what's 38?
38 is EMPs.
And there's no front line? Okay.
No.
So the Shredders and those even as a 41, those Shredders are being used still as 41s, guys. Like don't get that messed up. Don't think that Shredders are not good because tanks are available. Oh no. These 41s are still using those Shredders and tanks as a mixture. Because those Shredders are still they're still overpowering. They really are. You try to hit someone with a whole bunch of Shredders, it's very hard to get through that. That was one of the reasons why, like, when I was in 736, I had 4 million Shredders, and then I had 2 million Axemen. Those two combinations, dude, even on a solo hit with 50, 60 people, it's very hard to eat that. Maybe.
So normally,
what's your LRA? Are you LRA? Is that what you are, Hookage?
MRA.
He's
MRA. So what are you using at C38? I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember.
About
Navix, or are you using Gunners? What's your highest troop, I guess? Like, I would think you would use.
It's the Rockets. It's the Rockets.
Yes.
Rockets?
Yeah.
Rockets.
Yeah, where I would disagree with Mental is that you would have at least like 20% of whatever your MRA is.
The thing is, in most of the group attacks, the cities that are in those attacks are T39s and above, so they all have T13s. I'm T12.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
So I just sent frontline because I don't want to lower the average of the other troops.
No, it makes total sense. But
I'm
Yeah.
just food. I don't even send Titans. It's just frontline. That's it. No Titans, no plane, just frontline.
Real quick, from a YouTube chat, Jesse Mendoza says, "Hey Woody, 877 MOB is in disarray. So until we get our shit together, we won't be competing to our full potential." I want to see exactly what he's talking about. I know 877. They were moving up the ladder in Elite War ranking, so I want to check and see what's really going on over there. See if I can help them out so they can have a call out. You know what I mean? And for people that are listening that are in 877, 1 hour, 37 minutes, and 12 seconds is when we start talking about that. So let me look for 877 real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was one of those nations that I was saying that people need to watch out for. Mob. Ace. Okay, so yeah, they are split up a little bit. But they got 1141s that those other two joined. And this 40 joined. What is it? What the hell does he mean disarray? Like, it kind of looks like they're on the right track with only a few that are pushing back. Why aren't those few just eating it and just fucking joined?
Are they all the same alliance?
Mostly
Yeah.
are, except for a few of them are in Ace Alliance, like the people pushing back.
Come on, Woody. It's probably time zone. People work. Not everyone is willing to share access and get a second driver. It's hard to get everybody in one alliance. That's really one of the hardest things to do in the entire game.
I agree with you on that, but some of these guys they look like they're in the same time zone.
That's another thing that a lot of nations should be thinking about when they're thinking about trying to push for a merger. Make sure the nation you're pushing your merger for actually plays events the same time you do. Because if not, it might not even be a good merge, even though it looks good on paper, right?
No, I agree. I agree with that. If you're in an American nation, then that's fine. Look for another American time zone for a merger. If you're foreign in like the United Kingdom or China, so on and so forth, Russia, you want to look for a nation that's also in that same exact time zone, because you're absolutely right, Bryce. Like it can make or break an entire nation. Because honestly, like me, I'm not setting
That's
my
11 C41s, man. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. But let me ask you. I like personally me, I'm not setting my alarm clock for 3 a.m. to wake up to do bowler. I'm not like with my kind of work, I need my sleep. One mistake at my kind of work, I lose an arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
not so personally targeted. Yeah, I've been living a ridiculous life ever since I played this game, and that's probably why a lot of people have recruited me. I've woken up 3 a.m. for 3 years now for the team.
well,
Like I do everything for.
I used to do that.
Um,
I used to do that.
yeah, I'm not. I don't want to do it that much longer. That's why retiring is coming soon because I'm just tired of it already. You know. But I mean, of course, I have options, right? I can find someone that can hop in and help. But it's hard to replace good players, like real smart, good players that know what they're doing and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with 877, but get your shit together. Sorry. And get back on get back up on here, the Elite War. Where are they at in ranking wise? Because they're in 11th place. Like they're knocking on the door at top 10. They're right there. Like they can challenge Nation 30. I don't know if they're gonna beat them, but because I will say 30 when they want to play and be active, they come deep. So but they're right there. These are all the nations that are in the top that we all predicted 6 months ago that are going to be in the top to watch out for. Like, look, 113. They were in fifth. They were in fifth place when I came. Like just before I came to 567. So all those nations. Remember when 219 was in first place? And 219, I'll give them credit, man. They're holding on. They're definitely holding on. Still holding on at fifth place. And you got to remember, guys, a lot of these nations they've been farming 219. And they're still holding on in the fifth. That's impressive. 219, don't take offense to that, please. I still love you guys over there in Sin. I really do. But, I mean, they've been getting farmed. But they're holding on in fifth place still. They're not giving up that title. I mean, they're still holding on. They're still active. 30's dropped. 113's dropped. 171's dropping. 1070's moving up. 925, they're dropping. 594 has dropped quite a bit. 732, they're right around the same where they always been. 895, they're dropping significantly. Holy shit. 858 still haven't got a merge, and they're still holding on to 20th place. That's impressive. Like, they're above Ronaldo's nation. Think about that.
There's a lot of nations still kind of spending, even if they're spending a little bit, they're spending just enough to surpass these older nations that are probably just sticking it to camel. I heard through a little birdie that the next merge list is going to have some mega whale, not mega whale, but mega Lock Nation mergers, which is good. It's good for the game. I wouldn't even cry about that either. Like, that's amazing.
I
make it more fun.
I seen from that same little bird that 693 and 528 might be getting a merge.
I hope they do. I really do.
That's going to be a problem, guys. Just I'm letting you know that now. If those two nations merge, and you can ask any of these whales, if 693 and 528 merge, they're going to be a problem. 528 is very, 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 very well organized, and then you add a few whales and all those 41s and 693, Ronaldo, Treehouse. So they're gonna remember every single one of you guys that farmed them to get where you're at. They're gonna remember y'all. They're gonna remember all of y'all. they're gonna come hard because they, other than 69, I think 528, they'll still show up with 100 people or maybe 80 people right around there. They'll still show up with that much. They got pushed so far down. And I think that they would probably move. I don't know. I think they'd move to 693.
I'll be their therapist. I'll take on their problems. It'll be fun.
And then you got, look at this, 1111 sitting in 30th place. They haven't even had a merge yet. Guys, this is for the entire game. This isn't just for a globe. This is the entire game. These rankings are, dude. That's impressive. Don't even have a merge yet. I do wonder if 1111 is slowed down to kind of make camels think that it's not active anymore. I think that would be because 1111 went balls to the wall right out the gate. They went balls to the wall, and I think that's what hurt them. 904 still sitting in 34th place. That's impressive still. But until 904 gets another merger, I think they're right where they should be. I wouldn't push to go any higher than that. I would stay there. 744 they're a problem too. I just think that they have to mature a little bit more. When I say mature, I mean grow, like the bottom half. 910. Did 910 drop down a little bit? No, they didn't.
785.
Yeah, wow, that's what it was. 785 dropped. Wow, what the hell happened?
799 beat him twice and took I think just about 1,000 points from him.
Oh my god. I do remember that. Yes. I do remember that 799 is going to be a problem. Did 799 show up with like 95 people? I think I heard
98.
98. Dude, that's going to
And
do it.
they played it exactly the way they needed to. I'm pretty sure those guys have been watching all the Elite War videos that we've been doing, you know, and come on, if you're a competitive Elite War nation, you got to watch those videos. You got to know your enemies. You got to know the competition. You got to know exactly what you're doing. If not, you're going to walk in and get a reality check real fast.
Blindsided is what. I mean that's true. And here's the thing: no one knew how the upper people played until we started showing it. But yeah, that's a random says 910, 567, 799 times 2, all within 3 to 4 weeks. You'll lose points. Yeah, maybe. You might be right. But I will say, like 567 is kind of in a safe zone right now to still hold fourth place because of the point difference between fourth and fifth. So you got almost nearly 3,000 point difference between the next person that can move up.
It would be interesting. I think if 910 beats 425, 567 will slide in the third. Because I don't think 567 loses many points against 621. If they lose, it'll only be a couple points compared to 425. I think would lose around 500 against 910. Or something like that.
Well, 910 also challenged 567. So if 567 loses against 910, those are significant points that will be lost. Those will be at like 600 points lost because they're being challenged from below. Now, if 567 challenged 910 and won, the points wouldn't be that big. But they're being 567 is being challenged by someone below it, a below portion of it. So those points are going to be big. That's going to be interesting.
Well, this is probably the exciting Elite Wars ever has been in probably, if not ever, many years, right? It's never been like this before.
No, it hasn't, and honestly, it's the way it should be.
Yeah, I mean, we all know why. It was about deals for years up there. That's all it was. No one was actually really fighting each other.
There's still deals going on. Don't think there isn't. There's still deals going on. I don't know. I mean, I don't know about all the nations up here, but I know that there's some of the nations up there still doing deals.
Yeah, it's sad. You know, like I publicly announced that we're gonna try everybody at least once, see where we stand, and then, you know, figure our path out after that. But no deals, no fucking allegiances, none of that bullshit. That shit's whack. Like, just, hey, can we fight? Can we see how good we are? You know, especially because we're so young, right? We just want to see what we can accomplish at the age we're at.
Yeah.
We're not that we can even accomplish our goals, but it's worth the try, right? I mean, every other event is pretty much dead. It's dead. Everything is dying, except at least for high competitive, strong nations, it's dead.
Well,
I mean, I'm pretty sure lower nations are having a blast, Woody, still. We just don't hear about it.
Well, I mean, when we say newer nations, we're talking about like 13s and above. But we went through the 1200s. The 1200s nations are already starting to bubble and play the bubble fest thing. So we're like the 13 and 1400 nations. They haven't really watched any of my content, so they don't know the game yet. If that makes sense. I'm sure a few do, because they got burnt out of their nation and they're up there saying, "Listen to me, I know what I'm doing. I played in other nations before." I mean, but I do want to ask Light Show here because he's in 858. Light Show, what is your guys' plan? Who do you guys want to merge with?
We want to merge with a good, solid, team-oriented based nation.
Give me 3 nations. Give me 3 nations.
3 nations? Boy, can I put me on the spot?
100. You know you're on the show. You're on the show. You're going to be on the spot. 3 nations.
There's a lot of great nations out there. 732, 896, 904, 1111, 425, 1038.
Well, no,
Um,
nations that you know that it's possible that you could get.
so we all know Camel, and we know they're lazy. So they're going to try, if they're going to try to merge us, they're going to try to merge us with someone close. And those close nations are 896, 822, 732 is still within that about 100 nation range.
Yeah.
904 is still within that 100 nation range. So those are all viable potential merge partners.
Now let me
Nice.
ask
So-
you: if you get 923, would you be happy?
I don't know 923. Tell me about 923. Maybe I would be happy. Maybe I might not be.
896
They
knows
suck.
923 quite well.
They suck.
They suck.
They used to be really good. They used to be the battle between 896 and 923 was
No,
Oh, that yeah. I know 923. Never mind. I'm confused.
yeah, they're good.
Yes.
They got a really crappy merge, but they show up decent in Polar Elite War. They play KE very conservatively, if that's a thing you care about. But they'll show up.
conservative, meaning they bubble and only attack when it's on a defense, right?
They pick their battles, especially if it's against us. They keep it close. So it's definitely an interesting event to see if you can get drops before the other person does.
Gotcha. Let me ask you a question, 89 easy. Do you think that before that merger, that one win that you guys had between you guys and 923 was the merge decision between either you or 923 getting merged?
So we
Sorry.
played them twice in Void, and we had to win it. We won the second time, they won the first time. So I don't think that win mattered, especially because we were even in that
Okay.
regard. If we look at Frenzy, it's a different story. We just have more top end strength than them for towers.
Okay.
So their record kind of got slaughtered by that because our nations were close in BP. So no, I don't think that one event mattered. I think they were just on a higher decline in BP than us, and so they got put on the list.
Okay. So do you think because Roder, went to the game that we don't talk about, or had the a couple videos that wasn't necessarily shining on Camel, might be the reason why they got a bad merge?
Yeah, I think the video
The
Of-
video.
that game, because they can't track who plays, because I know certain people who played in my nation. They posted on Nation Chat about it. Their post got deleted. But they weren't actual big players. But the fact that he posted it on his YouTube, that was still technically sponsored, even though he hadn't played or posted on it in a while.
I want to make something clear. He was not sponsored. He was just part of the program, vet program. He was not sponsored.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
There's a big difference, but yeah.
Yeah, I think of it as sponsored because, you get this like gold reward or something for posting a video.
$7,000 or 7,000 gold a week. It's 2 speeds. 2 speeds. That's it. But yeah, I know what you mean. So would 858 and 896 be idea? Because I'm looking at 896 right now, and you guys will have probably before the next merger have 741s.
None of those 40s are pushing for 41 currently because
But
we're
they'll
at
be
the
able-
point where we're just pushing stats.
But they will be able to the second they get a merge.
Oh
Is-
yeah.
That's
They
what
could
I'm
do
getting
it
to.
after a merge. What we have that is unusually high for our nation is the amount of 37s. We're at like 35
35, yeah.
as an unmerged nation. It's a decent number.
Yeah.
'Cause
So
that's most single merged nations numbers.
so that will
So that helps
be
us a lot.
those will all be 38s.
Yeah, and then I think we have 2 39s currently, and a couple 38s that are going to start the walk to 40.
Yeah, yeah. So those will be. I think this will be a good merger. If 858 got that, some of them might think of, well, they only got 241s, which I'm telling you guys, that's not what you want to look at. You want to look at when you go for pick a nation of who you want to merge with. Always look at what is this going to look like 3 months after the merger. Okay, so 3 months after the merger, they're going to have 741s. Probably right after the merge notice, they're going to probably go to 41, and they're going to have 240s. And then all these 38s will be 39 probably. They're probably all just waiting for merger. And that's what people need to understand. So 1739s and above, that's good. That's real good. Look at when 7-Eleven merged with 700. In the beginning, there were some people that said, oh, man, we don't like 700. They only got this. But they didn't look at 3 months from now. And now that it's been 3 months, they're like, they're top rank. They're in the top 10 in Elite War. Let me jump to 7-Eleven now, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And they're not
What is crazy that 896 has never had a merger. You think about it. It's criminal. It's absolutely criminal. And the game is so jacked up the way that it does this.
No, I agree. It is criminal. The only thing I think is like, who pissed off Camo in their nation?
By the way, Woody, I'm not gonna say who, but someone shared a couple of pictures of the girls already leveled up a little bit.
Level 10
and 11.
and 11. Jesus Christ, Genghis, you got some work to do. I'm joking. That's probably why I keep getting kicked. I'm trying to work for you, Jason.
What's the max though?
No, so
The higher it has, I think he or she, I don't know, is 15 on the other one, and the center is 11. But one of those things is like 15.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's the max, but
no, I don't think that's a max. If it was a max, it would
15. The other one,
I think it's 20. I thought it was 20 on the side. So.
Yeah, it's probably only at 15 because it gets crazy expensive from there up.
I think it's going to be 30. I think they're going to be set up exactly the way the Titans are. I think it's going to be exactly the way the Titans equipment's going to be.
Well, it's a better investment than buying stocks.
Yeah. Maybe. What stocks are you talking about? Like Bitcoin or? I know what you mean. Stocks.
None. You're better up there and burying your money in the backyard.
Yeah, those stocks are crazy.
S&P 500.
Yeah. So if you look at 7-Eleven right now, they got 1740. So within 3 months, these are all going to be 1741s. That's impressive. That's very impressive. And they're able to they're literally able to hold rank in Elite War, guys. They're holding rank up here, so yeah, look, 6th place. 6th place. Man, I'm telling you, 799. I keep looking at them like I know they're gonna start moving. They're gonna make a move. I think, if I'm being real, I think 799 and 910 is gonna be. I don't know if they challenge each other yet, but I think that's gonna be a good challenge to see who wins that one.
Yeah, I know 799's starting to hit up in the top 10 because they played 785. I don't know who they have scheduled next. Probably 711.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are Ducky and Beast just done? Like who's running them?
So someone's running the Ducky City. Beast is still playing. So all the cities are still active, but the Ducky city, it doesn't have the Ducky money, like that kind of spend, but the person driving it is still a spender. Like the person driving it used to be a 41 that was decently strong. So it's not like a farmer's driving that one. It does have a spender that is driving it. I'm not going to say who, but it is active still. But I think that's gonna be Ducky's scary fucking strong. Scary strong.
It's that Max
Yeah, it's
Island.
growing.
Ducky was the biggest MRA fighter in the game when he was full spending. When it was Ducky.
Yeah, Ducky was. He just had a little bit of tweaks that he had to do to fix it, and he would have been probably the strongest in the entire game total.
Bigger than mental.
Yeah.
He was bigger than mental. Yeah, he changed him. He adjusted him too at the end. Ducky was the strongest, pound for pound, no doubt.
Yeah. Like he was even.
Wow.
So Ducky had had I think 1 or 2 bad stats that made a big difference. But if those stats were correct with the right ones, he would have been the strongest in the game when he was playing.
He changed them. I remember
Did he?
Bo, Cowboy, and we talked. Yeah,
Well,
it was crazy. He adjusted it. You could see it. It was nuts.
If
See how much stronger he got.
then if Ducky was still playing, he would probably be the strongest person in the game. But he retired and someone else is driving it now. But don't get me wrong, it's still fucking strong, guys. Don't think just because Ducky retired that the city's not strong. I promise you, it's still strong. It will be still strong, and compete against most 41s for up to another year. If he didn't even spend a single penny on it, but the driver is still spending. So that's crazy to know that he's that
Absolutely great guy too.
100%.
Just a phenomenal human being. Yeah.
Even the new drivers actually still is a great guy too.
By the way, Genghis, you were asking before what my formation was on the group attack. I told you that, but if you're interested, I posted the stats in my formation on the mines a little bit up. So feel free to roast it.
There's your formation right there.
Yes.
So this is a mine attack. We're talking about like a group attack.
No, thank you for that. I'm not going to roast it. I actually think it's a very important part of the game. Actually,
I take it as constructive criticism. So if you want to roast it, you can.
No, this is
no,
good.
no. What you were saying was your fleet is.
I learned from it.
I'll just add what you're saying. Your fleet is, with a little minor adjustment, is what I said that people should be doing more often.
I agree. This is actually a good setup. This is really good setup
For a mid range.
Yeah.
I was trying to learn.
So you have the shredders, which is perfect for the front line,
Yes.
and you got the cannons and the shielders for the back line and the EMPs, and
then I go like crazy on rockets.
Well, okay, so here's the one problem that I see is that you have the EMPs, and because the EMPs are going to be targeted first. So the EMPs, if you eliminated the EMPs, other mid-rangers, they wouldn't be able to really. Did we focus on the shielders, the snipers, and the cannons would eat some of that. I think if you took the EMPs out and just put those back into more rockets, I think you'd do better. It's this EMPs that probably I'll just say they'll make the one shot happen with the Titan because of the EMPs.
Now you got to drop the snipers.
Well, the snipers help out. You want so
No,
They die to he's mid range. You keep the EMPs. You keep your plane alive longer.
but I just have 10,000 snipers, and this is what it was explained to me. So
Yeah, that's okay.
the
Okay,
function of
should have
the
we should have a
snipers
conversation.
is to
We should have a
eat the
conversation, me,
attacks
you, and
before
God.
they attack my cannons.
We should have a conversation. League God, you,
Yeah.
me, Planet,
So
build easy. There's
Some,
new games.
some of this,
taught me the
like
formation.
I built this formation based on advice I got from Mental and Tip here and there. So I tried to.
So you
That's
gotta,
where I got so far.
right, but you gotta also understand when things new come into the game, formations have to be changed. So this might have been a year ago, or we'll say up to 6 months ago formation to where it was doing good, but then they added different things into the play, such as antiques, to where now you gotta adjust it. So I get the fact that what you're doing is having as many back row to protect those titans, but you have to understand that when you have certain things in the back row, it will control the way that beam to one shot your titans are, whether you have the back row or not. So if you take for say those EMPs out of there, you're gonna focus that laser gun from the titans and not aim towards your own titans.
Now remember, this is uranium mine, so it is what it's supposed to be.
That is
exactly
true.
right.
That is
Exactly
true.
right.
That is true. My bad.
Based on what Hogan said, what he does in group formations is actually better than a lot of other 99% of the nations too. So that's what I want to talk with him and League God about, because I think we've broke some code here. I think your formation's phenomenal, actually, because what you're talking about for group stuff.
I was talking about like a solo hit, but yeah, I keep forgetting that it's mines. It's mines.
Sure, but even in that, let me understand something, because the reason why I added only 10,000 snipers at the time was to avoid that the first troop on my backline to be attacked would be the cannons. And since the cannons cause a lot of damage, the snipers are there basically to protect the cannons.
Right.
That's how I understood it.
I understand
if I take them out, won't that make those attacks be focused on the troops?
It makes your female more vulnerable.
Yeah. So
because on that side.
Think about it like this, Hokage, is other than if this wasn't a uranium mine. So when you remove something, it adjusts where the position for your other targets is. And what you want to think about is, where is that beam going to be aimed for? So if let's just say the EMPs are targeted first, or if the beam locks onto the EMPs from the Titan, and that is right in front of your male Titan or right in front of your female Titan, it's gonna hit it. It's gonna hit the Titan.
Well, here's the thing you could do though. You could, if you wanted to get rid of the snipers, you could put in gunners, because they're gonna be on that side.
Yeah.
They're gonna absorb that hit.
Okay.
Because if you wanted to do that, because the gunners are on that same side, and then I would mix in you got your bikes. I would mix in a little bit of, well, it depends on what you're going up against, because what I found when you're going against mid accounts that have like T13 Havocs, for instance, I finally found a weakness to them, which is armored soldiers. Because if you have a bunch of armored soldiers, the Havocs actually go after them first and don't go after your back line, which is crazy to me, but it happens. It took me forever to figure it out, but they go after armored soldiers for some stupid reason, and they'll sit there and absorb it. I've taken down some C41 mid rangers that were stronger than me and had like 250,000 of them, and just by having armored soldiers.
Armored soldiers.
That's why
Interesting.
that the true formation, the 2-5-3 formation, to where you have 5 in the middle, is so overpowering because
Yep.
the positioning of where that first ray gun hits, it's way off to the sides where it doesn't even touch your Titans. That's
Yep.
why that formation is so overpowering because it the Titans target these sides versus right down the middle.
Yeah, it's nasty. But if anything, I would just add to your mid range.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to take out the snipers, you could. And then when you watch a battle, and if you lose, just watch the battle. And if your Titans go down first, then just add more to your back line and pull down some off of your rockets or whatever you want to do. I don't normally run with that many rockets. I'll split it up between those and the rest of my mid. But
Well, he's a 38 mid range, so I mean it is a different formation, but the same logic is.
well, I'm a 38 mid range too.
I didn't know that. My bad. And you're in my own nation.
So yeah, I'm 38 too.
You know,
So,
we,
yeah.
we just gave the freaking sauce. We just gave some of the sauce to the people that are
So
watching.
could I just swap the snipers for the gunners and keep the same? The rest of the formation,
I would honestly, I would dial down
10,000 gunners.
I would dial down the rockets to like 150, and I would do 150 rockets, and I would do 150 of your shredders. I usually keep my rockets and my shredders the same.
Yeah, I agree. You'll have more success with more shredders.
Yep. I usually go
You're talking about 1v1 too.
I'm doing the shredders and I do that in one-on-one battles and all of it.
I go heavy with rockets too, though, if I'm playing a long range player.
5 and 5, 6, 7 need to talk to each other about some learnings that we have on group formations, though.
Well,
that's right.
In group
Yeah, if you're
formations, he
going-
shouldn't
if you're
have
going-
any of the back row.
If you're going
And
against
I don't. In
a
group
large-
formations, I don't.
Oh, group formations are completely different.
Yeah, it's
This
just
is-
Yes.
this-
front
Yeah,
and
no,
back.
for sure. But that's what he was
Yeah.
talking about initially, and there was something interesting there. I was pulling him.
Yeah, if you go
Initially, yes.
if you go against cannon, like if you're going against a straight long range player with a ton of cannons, then I'm going heavy rockets because rockets kill cannons better than anything else.
They kill EMP. You mean EMP cannons?
They kill all cannons.
Yeah.
Nah, they don't hit the what are they called? The regular cannons.
No, they do, but you have to have them on the left side of the formation, so you can't have havocs in them. So you have
gotta
to have
kill their.
you have to
their
leave the
mid-
havoc and have them on the left side of the formation, and then they'll hit them. I found that out too against some bigger long range players. You have to adjust your formation so that your rockets are on the left side of the formation, and then they'll smack the cannons.
My rockets melt EMP cannons.
Well, EMP. Okay, so EMPs
I mean,
for one are very
you're gonna-
squishy. They're strong when they're alive, but they die super fast.
Which is so crazy because if you look at their stats, they shouldn't.
They
Their
should
stats are
have
Yeah.
the others.
Going a
make
little
no
bit.
sense. It
Sorry,
makes
going a little
gross.
bit back to the Genghis topic. Yes, I'm definitely interested in getting into a discussion about group
Yeah, we should talk.
formations
We should definitely
with you
talk.
guys.
I can tell you what I can tell you. I think we've broken the code.
Even this conversation, I think, is very interesting. At least to me.
Yeah.
So
Well, see, this
But at
conversation
this-
is the
this city level. That's 38, 39. There's a sweet spot there that has not been prioritized.
well. This
That's all I got to say.
this
Battles, say
conversation.
take EW, take GC, etc.
I think what people don't understand is like the conversation that we're having right now is something that a good 80% of the game players in the game they never think about. To where the top players when someone always makes formations, fleet formations, and it's those people that are talking like this that are making the formations that everyone else is following. And this is the kind of talk that we're having of how we decide to make the formation, how we test things out, stuff like that.
You want to know why? Most of the time, why I pull this type of conversation. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been doing this since I joined your podcast. Like one of the first things I did was show you how my city was, how I was building it, and you roasted my officers. And then
My bad. Damn.
no, it was fine.
Damn.
But it was fine. It was exactly what I needed at the time because I didn't know what I was doing at all. You and Raz basically helped me there. And then we went to formations.
Now imagine.
So
Well,
I learned a lot about the game through this and formations and everything. And to be honest, that's what kept me in this game till this day. Was the community, was this sharing of information, learning about the game, and stuff like that. So
well, here's the thing. I would rather share information like this with people versus them losing a shitload of troops and money just because a simple formation is not correct. Like I don't know, all of us have lost money on bad formations, and until we realize that we're wrong, and someone actually explain to us why we're wrong and show us how to fix what we're wrong and think that kind of way, you're wasting money, and it's a lot of money. We all know that. Um, there was this one guy, I don't even remember who it was, but a few months ago, that said that he was real heavy into long range HP versus melee HP. He said melee HP was horrible, and I'm like, are you shitting me, dude? He's like, yeah, long range HP is much better than melee HP. I'm like, dude, no. Like, I think Liga was in here too at that point. He's like, dude, okay, if that works for you, but who are you fighting? 32s as a 41? Like,
yeah,
he swore in the Bible that it was better, and no. And I actually haven't even seen him in here since. But I mean, it's pure honesty. We're being honest. We're not trying to insult anyone. We're trying to tell them, look, dude, you spent $30,000 on that formation. You got into a void attack against another whale, and you just lost $30,000 on that entire formation because of that. That's something that we want to try to help out with, so you don't got to waste 30 grand, just because a simple formation was wrong. Or
it's the posture that people have. That's why, for example, I said, "Here's my stuff. Feel free to roast it. I don't care. Just."
You just want to
point
know.
out what you just point out what you see wrong, and if I have questions I'm gonna ask. Like let me check his name, sorry. Killishan, when he was saying to replace the snipers for gunners, the first question I asked was why. I don't want people to just give me a formation. Here you go. This is what you use. I want to understand why.
Everything is
because that's how I learn. That's how I evolve.
So for people that don't understand fleet formation, when you're testing it, and that's what the mines are made for, is to test different formations. When you're testing it, you want to see what formation, if you add to one portion of it and put it elsewhere, see how you can control the enemy. So it's all about trying to control the enemy. So like the 2-5-3 formation itself, that formation is controlling the Titans and where that beam is being shot, which is why it's so important for that 2-5-3 formation, is because you control the Titan's shot. So your Titan doesn't get one-shotted within the first 10 seconds. Very, very important on that one. Now, that 2-5-3 formation doesn't work against certain formations. Now, if you fight someone else with another 2-5-3 formation, it's not going to work. It's just going to counter itself. So you have to have like a backup formation. I've always said that there's a city attack formation, a mine attack formation, and then a group attack formation. It's always been like that. City attack formation, it'd probably be like what you had at first, like a solo attack, and same with the mine kind of attack. That would be perfect. But like like group attacks, obviously you want to just the front line, and as you're a mid ranger, your rockets and probably gunners, and that's it. And let everyone else carry the back stuff, so on and so forth.
So I just put an example.
Huh? Oh, okay.
This is a C41 hitting me.
All right. 554 versus 585. He killed 486. You killed.
Wait, you have almost 600,000 fleet as a C38.
I think
Well,
this is
when
a
I
mine.
ma-
This is a mine. This is a mine attack.
This is a mine hit.
Yeah. So
When
this
I'm
is
max,
fleet
I'm
for
like
fleet.
6.
So that's fleet for fleet.
I'm like 440.
But he's got me on plane. He's got me on Titans. He's actually way higher. He's higher on attack and everything. This is fleet.
Yeah.
He hit me
What
3
do those
times.
damage stats look like?
You controlled his Titans with this hit. I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. That was a good one.
Jesus. It's just T11s and T12s
Mm-hmm.
against T13s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was controlling the enemy.
Nice.
He was controlling the enemy's fleet, controlling those Titans, and that's what formation's all about: is controlling
Correct.
the enemy.
So it doesn't necessarily all come down to stats.
No, don't.
I hope you don't mind, but I'm saving all these screenshots.
Feel free,
also-
dude. Yeah, feel free.
He's got a great plane in male Titan
yeah. Look at that.
comparatively.
I think the biggest thing to think about is that you have, from a stat averaging standpoint, and it's all great individual. I don't fight any individual battles. I'm a mega city, and I don't fight anyone one-on-one anymore, unless it's Ironblood. And so it's always about Void or GC or EW. So it's how you're going to do in group battles. The group formation is the most important from a stat averaging standpoint, and Woody touched upon it. When you see the new skills that have been added, the whole world is upside down. That's what I'm talking about for 425 and 567. We need to chat because I think we've figured out something that's going to make us more devastating. Because you look at our city averages and what we can do, there are fleet modifications that we should be doing. And there's 90 plus fleets that are going and fighting each other. We need to test it out.
Yeah.
And do it. But I actually think it's a game changer.
I'm gonna be a little bit like Tip right now and ask you, are we leaving 255 out of this discussion?
255 is happy to join at some point, but 425 is the first one I would talk to. Yeah. 255 is a challenge. They want to challenge us all the time. Yeah. No, but I like 255. I love them. Yeah, they're great.
They are good. They are good.
Yeah, but 425, we're in the same place. We're third and fourth. 100
I
points
was
apart.
just stirring the
Challenge.
pot a little bit like Tip.
Yeah, you can. I don't really care. But I League God, Bodesios, we all talk about like stats and how we do things. I actually think the stat averaging piece of it. So I think the premise is this. So take a long range attack or mid range attack, and they're now at 3,000 for a C41 plus, who's truly maxed.
Yeah.
Then you have melee HP, melee attack, which is closer to 2,000, maybe 2,200 a max person, which is actually closer to the norm that you would have for most cities. So what we know in 567 is that, and so does 425. Sometimes it's better to have 15 cities as opposed to 25 that go on an attack, because the extra 10 that show up bring your stat averages down.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
along that premise, who do I want to have with me? coming into a group battle, right? And so I can take the MRA or the melee fighter, but I cannot take the guy that waters down my MRA or my LRA. That's just unexcusable.
It's
Just
kind of
cannot
like
take it.
it's kind of like that last frenzy we had against that
Yeah.
that one guy.
You're zeroing the whale.
Yeah,
You gotta,
killing
when
that
you're
whale.
zeroing the whale,
Yeah,
700 million. You gotta go do it right.
yeah. So it's everyone thinks that it's best to have 80, 90 people hit that one whale, when in reality it's not. So if you have just your top people, we'll go into the top people in our alliance. Hold on, give me a second. Bear with me. Ranking. If you have just the T13 people only using a group formation, hitting that whale, they're not going to win the first one. I get that, but you gotta water him down a little bit. But if you have those top people hit him, you're going to do more damage with those 1541s versus those 90 people in there, because those other 90 people water down all those stats from the 41s. I mean, they water them down.
Same
to
thing
where,
in EW.
Yeah.
Same thing in Polar. So you just gotta be careful.
Also,
It's not always the case. Not always the case. You gotta sometimes look around and see, like, how am I gonna? Because maybe I'm only throwing watered down fleets.
Yeah.
But there's something to it, and it's big. And I can guarantee you that I think we're on it.
Oh yeah, dude.
and someone made a comment before on the chat as well, which is not actually a bad idea. So let's say, for example, all C39 and above send, for example, all C39s just send front end. C40s mid range, if they are mid range, and long range for C41s. The thing is, you can mix a few C38s in the middle without lowering the average. The trick is, for example, if I send shredders, the C39, so whoever has C13s and sends front line does not send shredders.
Well, so here's the
problem. I send my shredders, and no one else sends that specific type of troop. Then you won't lower the average.
But here's the
Agreed.
problem. There's
on the premise. Yeah.
There's a little bit of a disagreement on that. Is when you have those 39s, the 39s, the only thing that they have are the axemen. But on an attack, they're no good. So those T13s are going to be putting shredders in there, which are the T12s or T11, whatever the shredders are, and well, they would have to only put shredders into it to not water anything else down.
Yes. They just send one type of troop, and C38 send another type of troop. That's it.
You are 100% right.
For the front line.
But that's all they can. That's all they can send is just the front line, though, because anything else past that, you're going to water down the cannons. You're going to water down the.
No, you just send one type of troop, and it's the type that no T13 troop of that type will show up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The shredders.
Well, I don't care. I'll just say it. That's wrong. So here's why it's wrong. So if you're on offense and you're trying to win, then it can't. The melee part that Hokic said is right, but there's a balance as to what you need to still have for an attacking unit. If you're just trying to inflict the most damage on your enemy because you know you're going to lose whatever the battle is, but you're trying to draw it out, then it's a different strategy. That's all I'll say. But I can guarantee you, I know the code on both of them now. Clue and I were talking about this ad nauseum, and I think we figured it out.
I noticed that when we hit that,
this is going to be
take 90 plus people each going against each other. I think it's because of all the new stats. It's insane how much the disparity is.
Well, things have changed so often that
it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
When we hit that Orca guy, we did more damage and killed a lot more troops with just 40 and above versus having 70 people hit at once. We did like 5 times more damage to him with just the 40s and above.
And it depends on the city level too. There's people that like we take any given alliance. The top 5 alliances in EW, take them. Most of those nations or those alliances have like 60% of their fleets, so 60 out of 100. They don't even have enough front row to really optimize their front row the way we're talking about.
That's true.
They don't,
That is true.
right? And that's what you need to be doing. You need to be actually taking like if you're a C-39, you have to have the absolute best. You need to have 400,000 troops that are ready to go of that top front row, and most people don't have that.
I agree.
That's where the game is changing.
Like for instance, like you said, you got like nearly 15 million front row. That's in majority of them are the Axemans, the Shredders,
Yeah.
all the ones that do
tanks.
a lot, and
Tanks,
tanks
yeah.
that do super good on defense. Like this city is ready to be hit and hold against those 70, 80 man hits.
Yeah, 100%.
And then the mid range just fucking just annihilates.
Yeah, there
everything
are
else.
there are better cities to hit in 5, 6, 7 than mine and yours, Woody. For
Yeah. 100%. Now, that I'm not saying to try people to try, or you know what? Better
they
go
will. They
go
will.
ahead and
They
try.
definitely will. It's you because they're gonna definitely try. It's you.
568 million BP. Now, we proved that
We're gonna have to pass mental now.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. We've proven the last frenzy that after what was it, 5 hits, then the guy started losing. He had 600 million BP. So a lot of these, nations, they are willing to lose an entire fleet to zero out a mega whale. And that's the way people need to start looking at. Like, so what if you lost that first hit? Who cares? Go again. Heal your fucking troops and go again. Because there's nothing better to see the 600 million BP city down to 50 million, especially in Void. And just knowing that all you had to do is just give one up. Everyone had to give one fleet. That's it. There's nothing better than that. Now, regardless, he's probably going to get Void Tyrant. But he's gonna have to spend like a good $100,000 to get those troops back. That's big money right there. Big money. Oh man.
How many hits did that take us, Woody?
That's not nice.
I think it was 5 hits. 5. So no, I take that back. I think it was
No, it was like more like 7 because the first 2 were we lost like the 50 fleet went in and it was.
But then
bad damage, right?
Right, but then he healed. So after we had
that's true.
After that when Mental was in there, we lost those 2. And Mental
No, the Mental City wasn't in there, was it?
No. He was in the very first 2 hours before. So hear me out, because I was in voice chat with Mental too, and that's when Mental lost the first place is off that hit. And Mental was pretty pissed off about that. So with that being said, we hit it twice. We lost, and then he healed, and then later on when he poured it to our mud right here, he was fully healed, sitting there, completely unbubbled, and went to sleep. And at that point, we hit him 5 times. The first hit was with everyone, and we didn't do so well. And then we just hit with the C41s, and we actually did really good. And then we hit it with the C41s in the 40s only, and we killed a lot. And we hit them 3 times with just that formation, and then we invited everyone in to zero them out.
So, that's a lot more than one fleet if that was Void, though.
If it was Void, yeah.
Oh, Void would be very expensive, but
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of worth it. I mean, the ones that are going to lose.
I fought an entire GC against Light Show and 858. they beat us the first time, and then we won the second time. It was probably played 3 times against each other. I was a complete melee fighter. I was a maxed city, and I was almost 2,200 melee attack, melee HP. And when I went in by myself, I could hold a tower for like 5 minutes. But when I had Marte that would come with me, and all of a sudden it was no matter how many people they sent, we just ate them. Absolutely annihilated them. But then that was just one tower. So then they could run around and go to the rest of them. So like we're stuck in there. But like if you balance out the stats in the right way, sometimes it's pretty nasty.
Well, look at the mental / Mick combo. They were hitting.
Yeah.
Those two alone hit 40 people and still won the battle in Elite War. I mean, that battle lasted 5 fucking minutes. Like they were tied
And that
up.
was a lot of formation. A lot of formation too.
Yeah, and that was proper formation between those two people, and man, it was insane to see them between both kill 8 million fucking troops, 9 million troops in a fucking report. Like that was like, oh my god, it was a good combination. Now imagine you add that third just front line melee at those kind of stats. That
You put melee, you put a flex nuts in there. Oh my
yeah,
god.
yeah. That's insane. That I don't think that if those two were able to eat 40 people, I think if you add a melee, they might have been able to eat 60. That's insane. That's insane. And the thing is, there's not many nations out there that have that combo. 11-11 does have that combo. So that's one nation after they get merged that people are gonna have to watch out for. That they have that combo and they do use that combo a lot. But as a nation, like how 5-6-7 is, and the way it's developed right now, as an older nation, I don't think it would take the switch over to for someone that's long range or mid range to go full melee. That I mean, that's a lot of money, guys. Scott We Bro from 255 says, "Isn't 11-11's top 3 cities all the same owner?" It used to be. I'm not sure if it is the same still. But it's possible. I don't know. I don't have anyone up here from 11-11 to verify that.
Is that DK?
Yeah, DK.
He used to be.
But
I think
but-
he still
but
keeps the top 3.
regardless of who owns what, Woody, they have drivers for everything.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's very important to have drivers, in my opinion.
You can't play this game without having a driver. Like who can show up for every one of these events? It's insane.
So when I was going heavy in 5-6-7, my driver was Cowboy, and he's not even in our nation. When I was playing in 7-36, my driver was Grim Reaper.
You've helped me for 2 years, 904
Yeah,
and 5-6-7.
Yeah, drivers is definitely important. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying that everyone's going to do it, but if you're not, man, I'm gonna just stop where I'm at.
No, well, you got to trust the people you're with.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop where I'm at.
Talk to your leader. Someone will help you.
Yeah,
Find a good driver.
I'm looking at 11-11 right now. They got 941s and up to 1239s. Man, this is gonna be crazy when they get a merger. Jesus Christ!
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Now look at the spending.
I want to look
Look at the officers, at the antiques.
Do they have a theme going, or is that all the same person?
It's
No, they have a theme.
Yeah, it's a theme.
It's the Red Dead Army or something like that.
It has been like this since day one.
Yeah, it has.
As far
Honestly,
as I remember.
it's the redness.
That's cool.
So DK, he actually slowed down on the antiques. If you noticed that. So
Yeah, they're not spending as they used to.
Well, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. They're trying to get a merger.
Exactly.
They got to try.
That's exactly why they're not pushing.
Yeah, he's
on
still
any events and spending that much. They still spend, but not.
Yeah, he ain't gonna.
As he used to.
They're not gonna try to max everything out.
No,
but
they're holding up,
and they're not trying to win events right now too. That's
What
that.
Titans up.
What's that?
The Titans.
Pretty freaking strong.
That's crazy, dude.
This is gonna be another nation that people have to watch out for after they get their merger.
Look at their planes.
If they get merged with anyone, yeah, anyone.
Yeah.
Imagine
Like that.
1070 and 1111 going together.
4 million. That's what, 2 gold planes max?
No, you can have one gold plane and 2 purples.
I'm having. I got a YouTube guy, Standard King 5077, saying, "You want to see some spending? Look at 1113, General 71." All right, let's go. Let's see what this guy's cooking.
Let's take a look.
Just know, guys, when you want to see your nation, just know that there are scouts out there looking too. So if your nation isn't working, they're gonna be knocking on his door to come to a different nation. All right, so he's a 41. He's sitting at 289 million BP.
Damn.
31 as an officer. Jeez, yeah, this guy is a freaking mega whale. 4.4 on a warplane. Wow. Wow, antiques. Go to antiques next. 1.1 on the antiques. Holy shit! Is he?
Yeah, he's number 1 for all of AOO.
He is.
That looks like the highest.
Yeah, he's.
I think Nabsy's higher than him in antiques.
Is he?
I think Nabsy's 149.
Nope, Nabsy is 99.3. I'm looking at it right now. I'll post a screenshot. Nabsy is number 5 on antiques.
Holy shit!
Damn.
We were talking about
and
this
then
earlier.
look at the drop from that to 426. Hey, Standard King,
And if you
Standard King, you should have not have said that. You got so many freaking. Oh my god.
if you go back again to the other stats that you were looking at, apart from the officers, you'll see the drop, the Titans and the plane. The drop is also really, really big. He's on the top for sure,
Yeah.
but then it drops like dramatically.
Yeah, that's in this kind of game, and this is why I kind of said sometimes showing off your whale hurts you in the end, and I'll tell you why.
It was the plane. It was like 4 million on
4
the
million.
plane, and the next one was like 1 million or something like that. The drop was like crazy.
So you got 241. So you got this guy, which he's a spender too, and Billy Bob. So I mean, they're not too bad, but this is what I fear is
It's 1100, so
it's
I would say they are doing quite good for 1100.
Depends who they merge with.
Well,
That's a dangerous.
Yeah,
but it's
true.
he can't run around unbubbled up there. Not with those.
He
1070s.
He probably can most.
he can.
What 1111? What
Yeah.
1111 and
Well,
1070 around there?
maybe not 1111, but he could still probably run around. Well, I don't know. Maybe 1070 and 1111 are the two nations that he can't do that with. But like, I think those are the two nations he can't do that with. But the issue is like, if they do have a
10,000
team
drop.
yeah, if he has a team attack, his stats are gonna get watered down so much. That it's.
If you look at the plane, that
That's-
drop is like crazy.
Yeah, I seen that.
Like
4.4.
from 4 to 1, not even 2.
Jesus Christ.
Still strong, but
Goals.
it's a huge, huge drop.
Are you kidding me? That's like he's maxed on
Yep.
5 planes.
No, he's not. He's not.
Nah,
No, he's
nah,
not.
Holbrook has more than that. Holbrook has like
5
6
planes.
of them.
Is he? Is
Yeah,
he?
5
Okay.
planes. It's almost 6 million. 6 million. Yeah,
Okay, so
max gold.
he's got 5 gold planes and not maxed. One of them's maxed though. That's still
4 million is 1 gold and 2 purple.
that's still freaking insane. But that drop is huge, huge. But I
Yeah,
will.
from the 6 down is less than 1 million.
Yeah, that's. But I mean, they're all together for the most part.
Yeah,
They are.
that's good.
So they are working together as a team. Um, he says he's got 2 gold planes, labs maxed. Okay, that makes sense. And everything else is purple or. But for the most part, they look like they are acting as a team. I want to see what the kills are. That will tell you how active they are. So I mean, obviously these 3 are going to have more because they're the bigger cities with the bigger troop type. And these are the meat shields right here. So it's when you start seeing 20 million only. Those are the
Can you check the screenshot?
this one.
Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wheezy.
Yeah.
Damn. So who's gonna go after this
You
guy
found the
now?
wall. You found the wall.
He found more than a wall. Like more than a wall right there. That's don't mess
So
with
what's
it.
Trip grenade. The trip grenade.
What's the largest troop size in the game now?
Was it like 785 or something like that? Somewhere right
Close
around
to
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close to 800.
And you're talking about everything is maxed on the island. Everything's maxed on like that kind of stuff. When anything new comes out,
And with buffs.
yeah. He said so. Standard. Be careful calling people out. I'll say what you're saying, but just be careful calling people out. So Standard King says that General kills DK, no problem. Just be careful what you're saying, because just with that one comment, we'll probably get 1111 to start really focusing on you guys. Oh boy. But yeah, this guy is pretty strong. So who's gonna try to recruit him now? That's the one thing about trying to show a nation off is now the recruiters see him and see where he's at. he is no longer a secret.
I beat 1111 once when the top CDs were like a C36.
Who knows? They might
And I
merge.
was,
Yeah, they might merge.
and I was back in
They might merge.
1090.
I was gonna say.
They're super
Yeah,
close to each.
I would think they get a merger, right?
Yeah, that would be an awesome merger, honestly, because the troop type. So if you look at 1111 and you look at this, these two would be actually something that those two would be something they would merge too. Because 1111 has the amount of 41s and they don't. And the drop is significant right after those two. So this would be something that would be ideal for a merge. And Standard King, I know it is respectful. I get it. He's just saying joining minds 1 versus 1 out of all respect. Completely understand that. And you know what? General 71 does deserve a shout out. I mean, that's a lot of money spent, guys. Like in a short period of time, that he's probably a year and a half old. That's a lot of money to be where he's at. Like you're talking about.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy growth.
that's
Crazy.
that's over $1 million right there, easily.
That's crazy money.
Yeah, for
That's
that amount of time.
that's
He was
fuck,
max. He was max buying the shop every day since he started.
yeah.
That's what that is.
That's fuck you money. that's
It's not fun. It's not fun to build cities in this game anymore. Not with all the shit that they've released. It's horrible.
Oh, he said 2.5 years. Okay, well, even still 2.5 years. There's people that's been playing this game for 7 years that are still not even half as strong as him, and they're considered to be spenders. I mean, that's mega whale spending.
There's 908 and 904, right? So aren't we like 4 years or 3.5?
Yeah,
Three years and 3 months. So
Yeah,
not
so
bad.
Not even that old.
yeah. So they can't be 2.5. Maybe I was thinking 1.5, maybe 2 at the tops.
It
Because
should
from-
be around 2.5.
Well,
actually.
then he's right, 100%. Then 2.5. And they,
I
what?
spent almost 2 years in 1093. I was playing with those guys at 1111 and 1010 and other similar nations.
I'm
And
sure.
I played there for 2 years and something, and I've been in 425 for more than half a year now.
I'm sure 1111 knows exactly who General is. They're too close not to know. You know what I mean? Too close not to know.
Probably on their merge.
It
Makes
might
sense.
be an emerger. You never know. 1111 might be trying to freaking recruit him. That would be. Watch out. Be sure Tip doesn't come on here because his ass will be right on that mother.
No,
Right? He'll be over there freaking trying to contact him.
Now I'm curious. Let
I
me
mean, we do
see
feel
how
like there's
my
a merge list for
opens.
some of the lock nations. Do we think it's actually realistic? I don't think they're going to merge anyone else other than the lock nations.
I mean, I feel that there'll be one more merger this year. But I feel like it's going to be more focused on the lock nations a little bit. And then I feel that the nations that haven't got a merge, their second merge or even their first merge, I think they'll be on that list just to continue. Camel knows that when people stop spending, they understand that they want to merge and they're not going to spend until they do, and it cuts their revenue as a company. It cuts their revenue down. They're well aware of that. It's just when they're going to merge and do it. Like, I feel that it will happen if they're introducing new stuff into the game. They still will continue to merge. The thing that is throwing me off is the GC portion of it, because that was GC for the Lock Nations is a huge event over there. So it's like imagine our Super Bowl in the United States. That's it. That's how GC is for the Lock Nations. It's like the Super Bowl or the World Cup, at that matter. There you go. That's a better description. GC. I can imagine like the developers actually making side bets of who's going to win, kind of deal. But I don't know why they cut it out. Maybe at the end of the year there'll just be one GC to where everyone eventually fights everyone, all nations, all globe, and have this big huge championship. I really don't know. Which I think would be probably kind of awesome if they did that. I think that
Who's left after like 896? Who's never had a merge? Which is like I cannot believe it. It's fucking crazy to me.
1111. Oh, before that.
Yeah, but I mean they're 200 nations above, right? I mean,
that's that would be the only nation that hasn't got a merge.
Around
Did Cash
1038.
Yeah, Cash
Did
got one
Cash
last
ever
one.
get one in
Yeah,
796?
he got the last one.
Yeah. After he left.
1038.
After he left.
Yeah. After he left.
And another nation around
He's
10.
still there. He's still there.
No, he's not. He's just someone else is driving it.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not there.
Trust me, he's not there.
Yeah, Justice. Yeah.
He was my spirit animal as a mid ranger.
I mean, you can still use him as your spirit animal because the city's still there. He's just a driver. The original Cash ain't there.
Well, a great guy, yeah. This is tough times for him and his business that he had over there in the Middle East.
Yeah, that's.
That guy was a monster.
By the way, Woody,
Yeah.
if you want to see what happens to a nation that used to fight among like 1111 and stuff like that, and how far they decline, check 1093.
Hold on, I want to check this guy's island out real quick, and then we will. 40,000.
But Bryce, who was the other one that you said that was like never merged in that same?
After 896, it's like 1038 and another nation around them, from what I remember.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else got in a first.
1070.
Like what's your opinion? Like why did 896 not get one? Crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Criminal.
I have my own opinion. You want to hear it? I think that
both. I'd like to hear from both of you.
I think that they were during that merge time. I think they were too active and too winning too much, too often. So back then, around that merge time,
910 and 908 were winning everything.
Right, but I can't. I don't have an excuse for that. Like 908, 910. I really don't have an excuse for that. Like I don't know why they got a merge, but they did. But the 986.
I'm not questioning their merge. I'm just saying, why does 896 It's like
896.
they've been like segregated from the herd. Like
Right,
they
but
can't get one. I don't understand it.
they're very active. They were very active at that time of merger. When 923 got the merger, so back then you got to think that 923 and 896, they were literally all about the void first place, being the only nation out there that has never lost a void. And I personally think that hurt them versus like just structuring your nation for merger at that certain time. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. But I think that to see 923 get it and not them, I
I
think
would put it
that
heavy in like void being like the number one thing.
yeah. And I don't know if back then that they were still logging into farms. I really don't know too much about that. But so if you're logging into farms, Camel's algorithm, they don't know that one person has 50 farms. They don't know that. They just see people logging into farms and they see, well, that's 50 people. And if you got 50 people that got 50 farms, well, you do the math. Your nation looks very active. Dang it. Someone keeps kicking me out.
Yeah, I don't know. Only conspiracies I can think of.
Yeah.
I don't have an
Like,
answer besides.
Seriously, like, what do you think they should have done better? I can't even think of what they could have done.
I mean, at that point in time, they were about winning, and I get it. Everyone wants to win, whether you're trying to structure for a merge. No one wants to lose. I get that. So I think that might have. I don't know if they were just too active in farms, or they didn't get the nation BP down, or their win ratio. I don't know. I didn't do too much research into it of why they didn't get a merge. Like how we do with a lot of these nations, like how we did with what nation was that? 779 with the cash. They were just
The
farming.
cash, they had BP that was like,
Yes, they
three
look like
times the size.
they look like they were already merged twice. But they finally got their mergers. So that's why I'm thinking that 896 will get theirs on the next merge. I seriously think that will happen.
Really fucked up.
It is what it is, right?
I
But
mean, it could be made up to them. I mean, they could merge with 732. Like it could be made up to them. Is what I'm trying to
That would
say.
be a good
Sorry.
Yeah, no, I
fair.
agree with that. They get a really
can't
good
see
one, it'd
them-
be worth it.
I agree.
Yeah, I can't see them merging with an unmerge or even a single merge nation. You might as well just give them a double merge nation already. That's very competitive. Whatever that looks like that's how I would make it up to that nation.
Well, I mean, the way Camel's been going, who's to say that? Let's say, what if Camel does something like this? What if they merge 896 with 858, and then directly after that merge, the next merge, they merge I don't know wherever nation that those two nations would go. They merge that with 1038 or 904, because that happened. That happened last merge with 1170. They got merged one time, and in the very next merge, they got merged again, like a back-to-back merge.
That's
don't know
what
if
I
that'll
don't
happen.
understand.
Yeah, I don't believe that one. But
I don't know what is in Camel's
wait,
algorithm to
Jose.
do that. That was ridiculous to be on two merge lists right after each other. Like
yeah,
But it happened, though. It happened.
it did exactly. And I don't think they were the only nation. There might have been another nation
I think
too.
I think there was another nation that got it too.
I mean, 896. They spend enough money to draw attention, right? It's not like they don't spend.
Mhm.
The only thing that I could ever think about was they had too much activity. I mean, they were this unmerged nation for the longest, getting 60, 70 people in a KE attack, regardless if it's second drivers or whatnot. That was the only thing I could think of. Wow, everybody else can barely get 30, 40 people in a KE attack.
I
It was
totally
my
agree
only
with
other.
that. But weren't they always like? But they were behind 908. They were behind 910. They were behind 904. They were behind 905. Like they weren't better than them as far as activity, right? It's the strangest head scratcher I've ever seen in my life.
That's why I don't have an excuse with the 908 910 merge. I don't know why they got that merge, but
I'm not questioning that one. I'm questioning 896. Like to Bryce's point, 896 was like hyperactive, but they weren't
Yeah.
more active than 5 other nations around them.
Well, we don't know how the inner. We only knew about the number one alliance. We don't know about their second alliance. We don't know about if everyone was farming. We don't know that. Like I said,
What I'm
if one person has 50 farms and then 50 people has 50 farms, for all you know, they were all logging in and making that nation looking
They never
super.
they never made top 5 or 6 in GC.
Doesn't matter.
Which no, but that would have been all your alliances, right? And 908, 910, 895, 923, all those nations were making that, and that's not the first alliance alone. It's other alliances that are doing. That's your nation that's doing it, right? 896 was never in that.
Do you guys think Camel generally favors nations that compete more in majority of the events rather because 896 was a KE nation, that was it. They
No,
didn't
I
ever
think
really
there's
compete in
I do
anything else?
think there's something about that. I think it's like something that's like a money thing. Got to be a money thing.
I think the reason why 908 and 910 got merged, I'm going to be real with you all, is because Camo knew what they thought about what two nations can we put together to get max spending out of. What two nations is going to immediately, when they get merged, everyone's going to spend a lot of money. And I think
try
that
this way.
they picked 908 and 910. They knew that both you guys were max spenders. You were just waiting for your merger. They knew it.
I mean, tell your VIP this. You want to fight the best. Give me a merger, like that can, I don't know if that makes a difference, but I mean, we told our VIP, like, we want to fight the best in the whole game. We want to compete at the highest level. That was in my merger letter. Like, we're a competitive nation and we want to compete at the highest level in the game. Please don't give us like a Civil War nation or whatever. I'm not saying that that's how we got it, but I would like to say, try to throw that in your merger letter with your VIP. Because maybe they look at that and be like, money. You want to compete? Okay, we'll give you a nation and now go compete or whatever, right? That's why I said, do they favor nations that play majority of the events? I think they do. Like, if you're playing Polar, you're spending. If you're playing Wasteland, you're spending. If you're playing DoD, Triangle War, KE, DC, Elite War, and they see that you're competing in all these events, why wouldn't they give you another merger? Because they know you're going to spend.
Yeah.
They know you're going to play all these events.
Especially
and Frenzy and Void, you can win without spending anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Correct.
Now,
Absolutely. You're absolutely.
I will say I don't see 896 sending a single farm out right now. So I think they are restructuring, but I still think that their BP is still too high. Well, I mean, maybe first merge and not.
If we follow that logic alone, then next round of mergers 425 will have one.
Yeah, I feel that you guys are BP way too high, man. Way too high.
And 255 as well, because they play in all the events all the time.
I'll say that. I'll say
with
this.
70 plus people.
I'll say this, man. Like 736, 711, 700, they lowered their BP so low that they got their mergers. Everyone that did the whole Holbrook plan for merger, I'm going to say 80% of those people that did that got that merger that very next time.
Can I ask you a question? An immediate question right after that, Woody?
Yeah.
How many of them got good mergers, though?
Quite a bit of them.
All right.
711, 700, was actually a really good merge. 736 did not. I feel that 736 didn't because of me. Because of me. And I feel that 923 got a shitty merger because of Reuter.
Yeah, I think the whole anyone that even knows that situation, that's exactly what happened.
I feel 896 is ready for merger. Look at this, guys. They got everything consolidated. Look
Could
at
they
that.
not? They've been playing the game for 4 fucking years.
Dude, yeah. Everything's consolidated. Dude, they're ready. They're ready. They're on that Holbrook plan. I think that they're going to get it next.
It's just not fair to them, dude. It's not fair. It
sucks.
It makes me feel dirty, dude. It makes me feel dirty to look at them.
Yeah.
What's the chances of a player who's a spender in your nation, and what if he's low-key telling VIP, we don't need a merge, we don't want to merge? Could that have any effect on a merger?
You can't believe they're saying that, though, right? You think you're saying that?
I feel if you tell that you don't need a merger, they're not going to give you a merger. I feel that
Well,
those
because
people.
what I'm saying, 896 had a player that they obviously couldn't get along with. They never could consolidate him. I heard he's finally walking away from the game, but I'm just talking conspiracies. Like, what
Right.
if this guy was like, no, we don't need a merger, knowing that their nation wants one, is trying to sabotage it through VIP? Is that even possible? Is the
Well,
question I'm asking.
Is that guy a VIP? I think that's something we got to ask too, because we all know just as well as anything that VIPs only talk to people that are spenders. They don't talk to farmers.
Yeah, this guy's a spender, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
He
well
he
then
had like ridiculous plane in Titans. Like he spent money.
he might.
I think it's because there are a lot of Canadians. They don't like Canadians.
You know, believe it or not, they don't like the Japanese more than they don't like the Americans. Put it that way. They really hate Japanese.
That is correct.
Like,
Somehow they love the French, which no one loves the French.
they like the Middle East. I mean, that's where they're getting their oil from.
I'm rooting for Spain. I can tell you that. Yeah.
There's also
Yeah,
a thing,
Spain is okay, but France? No.
Well,
I'm talking about
Even
Spain.
the French, like even the French hate the French.
Yeah, they should. They should.
So,
they
Woody,
should.
I do want to say that. So I believe someone got fired at Camel. That's just what I'm believing. Somebody who used to handle the mergers, maybe they got fired, because this is the pattern. I mean, it's going to become a pattern on the next mergers. We're all going to find out. So they did mergers a certain way, right? They did it a certain way for a certain amount of time. Then it kind of switched up, right? Then it switched up again. So I can't remember who was on the last merge list. It might have been the 908, 906 one, where you had a chance to contact your VIP to at least have some type of influence, correct? Immediately after that, they went into this new style of, hey, you're getting a merge, and this is who you're getting. Done.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
It's
So
dude,
they did
They
that
just
for
stopped. They wouldn't even ask your opinion.
correct. So they did that for what? 3 mergers, right, guys? I think it was
Yeah.
3. 2 or 3 they did that. Then the most recent one, the one we were on, they went back to where you had a few hours or whatever the amount of time it was to have some type of influence on messaging your VIP. Now, the next merger list is going to be very important, because do they continue to do what just happened, or do they go back to the, hey, you're getting a merge, this is who you're getting? So that's a sign. Like, I think something happened at Camel. If it was a merger developer got fired, they didn't like the way shit was going, so they switched up. But that is a very high possibility of what's going on in the game.
Man, have you guys not been
I
listening?
said it's naive, but I think they just cut money, and mergers cost them a lot of money. So I think they're gonna be like, hey, like we'll do a couple of lock nations. I don't think any unlocked nations are getting mergers coming up anytime soon.
There'll be a few.
That's my opinion.
There'll be a few. They can't. So if you notice in the past, when lock nations get a merger, a few unlocked nations get a merger too, just in secret kind of deal. So
I think. So go.
I've been saying, I've said this many times, as a company, Camel Company, remember, these developers are developers right out of college kind of deal, right? So, and there is a limit to where they have to, a cap, what do you call that? A quota they got to make every month. So just like in sales, developing is kind of the same thing. You got to sell, you got to make something to sell it, right? And if they don't make that quota, I mean, there's another developer waiting to knock on the door to get in there. So with the whole merge thought of it being a different person, I've said that many times that's what I think too, because of the different ways that they're doing it. And if they're not doing it that way, then they're trying different ideas and they're just failing over and over and over again. Like Camel knows they fucked up. Camel knows that it's the biggest problem in the game. They're not stupid. They just don't know how to fix it. They have no clue how to fix it. We've given them ideas.
They don't care.
But yeah,
they don't care. They don't really care.
Well, as long as the revenues come in, why would they?
I think there's something else involved in this.
Timu?
No, not really.
Drop
apart
cash
from
event.
apart from that, don't you notice the rate as they are launching new events, new things is way faster than it
Yeah,
was before.
the cast
In the
events.
la-
The cast events.
in
Yeah.
the last 6 months.
Well, let me
Curious,
no.
that.
No.
Wait. Since January, they've been launching a lot of test events and a lot of decorations and skins, a lot of other things. I don't say those things weren't in the works before, but the rate is that they are launching things. It's very coincidental that we in the West we use AI for most of the things, and I'm sure they use AI as well on their side. And it's interesting because beginning in November or so last year, tools become really good at coding. So you can do nowadays. I can do the job that would take me about 2 months back in November. I can do it in 2 to 3 days now.
Ah.
So that might have to do or something to do with them cutting costs,
Cutting
with
Woody.
developers, and social media and all of those things, and speed up integration with AI because it will help them ship faster.
Man,
Doesn't mean it's better, but it will definitely be faster.
It's funny that you say that because I think I said that a couple months ago.
I'm like 70% sure that half the code in this game nowadays comes from AI.
Oh, dude, 100%. 100% AI. But they still have developers as well. Still, it's just develop. Man, why do I keep getting kicked?
Using AI doesn't mean you don't need developers. You need someone to guide the AI. That's not.
That's me. That's my fault. So.
Well, I understand you still need developers to install the AI and make it live. The AI will create.
Oh no, and to guide it. Like if you if you go to an AI, even if you have millions of dollars and you say, okay, build me a game like AOZ, it won't be able to do it in one shot. You need someone to guide it, give it direction, verify what the AI is doing. Like the architects, design, software engineers with tons of experience, senior positions, they are not in risk per se. Not at this point in time.
I agree.
Might be in the future, but so far AI is not that smart. But if you know how to give it proper instructions, it's capable of doing amazing things, and you can verify them. Actually, you can see that just from the videos that Steve was making.
Yeah. So here's what I know. The developing team has moved on to focus on other games that Camo's producing soon. So with that being said, when you mention AI, you're 100% right. We are in the AI stage, and the developer portion of it is very little when it comes to this game right now. But there still is some developers actually putting some time into the game, but majority of it is AI. They're really focused on 2 new games because we're at the. I'm not going to say the final stage because we're not at the final stage, but we're definitely at the later stage of the game. But just like any other game, such as like War and Order, there's still people that log in and they still play. So I mean, with that being said, it's still fun.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't think the game is going anywhere anytime soon.
It might not go anywhere anytime soon. You're 100%. You're probably right. I mean, there's still new nations that are popping up. I will say the day that we get the golden ticket to move to any nation, at any point in time, That might be
But now,
an eye
now
opener.
that you're not under contract, is that coming?
I don't think so. So Camel didn't really tell me too much into the development. They'll tell me some things, which you guys already know now, but they wouldn't tell me like certain things such as that. I'll go off of what like Google or Chat GPT say. You know, you ask a question, what's going into the game, and what is the outcome. You know, like, and 90% of it. And I'm not going to say what I read. You guys can do the homework. But you know, they'll say their own opinion on what past games such as this would lead to. Doesn't mean it's accurate. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that. But that's
No, it's an average.
It's an average. But again, China, Camel, does things completely different than majority of people out there. So I don't know. Like, I will say, you got, put it this way, you still got VIPs contacting you. So there is something still going on with this game. It is still active. It's when you contact a VIP and they never get back to you, that's when you need to start worrying. Because at that point they pull the plug on the VIP too, but they haven't done that, so it's still active. They're still bringing that new game that we're playing that Ligad and Hagage you tested out, completely 100% AI made. Which is fine because it is actually fun. So the AI is testing to see what we enjoy, and they learn off what we enjoy. If they get a good result off of it, they're going to continue to push that way. And that last game that I seen, where you can play with other people from different nations, is a good idea. That we've been asking for that for years. So
Yes.
they're in the right step. It's just going to take time, because although AI has been around for a few years now, it's still relatively new, guys. And so AI has just started to dip their fingers into the game coding and stuff like that.
Correct.
But
It just become really good at coding like 6, 7, 8 months ago.
Well, yeah, because it had to do
before it was usable before, but not to the level of autonomy that you can do now.
Well, you figure this, the coding that comes in the AI, it had to start at scratch and then learn from there. You know, it's nothing just, it doesn't automatically know. It's for say anyone have those home apps that they listen, what am I thinking of? Like Alexa or Siri's. So
virtual assistants.
Yeah, the virtual systems, they go off scratch. Like, they're dumb at first, but the more you use them and the more it does it, the smarter it gets. And that's the same theory as AI. They have to make their own mistakes, like fucking humans, right? We have to make our own mistakes and learn from them. Well, that's the same thing that goes on over there.
That's where the difference is. Because now, or since November, we kind of have mechanisms to make the AI learn or remember certain things that before we didn't have.
So
it's not just the models that become more smart, is everything around them.
So we have in the YouTube chat, I didn't mean to cut you off, but MRK Vincent, I'm just gonna say Mark Vincent 29. It looks like that's the way looks like he's trying to say his name. He says he plays in 1429. They're having their very first void tomorrow. So I mean, that's that kind of shows that, I mean, Camel is still trying to keep the game active. I mean, I will say I haven't seen many of their ads lately, like the way we used to see them. No matter where you look, it's there. But there's still people. I mean, they are still reaching out to different people with different ads. So I mean, it is what it is. Best thing I can say for you, Mark Vincent, because it's your first void. is to bubble when needed. You know what? Just have some fun. Have some fun. Think about what's good for your nation, and don't just sit underneath a bubble. Have some fun. Hide your troops. God, here I go, already ruining it for them already, right? I am the one to blame. I'm the one to blame. Wow, I am the one to blame. I take full. Give your balls a tug, dude. And in
Now
reality,
you're pulling a Holbrook.
well, because a kitten put it up there. One more last comment. We're gonna end this soon because we're literally 3.5 hours in. Reality over mentality 6542 says the VIP has asked about the games we played for feedback still. They just ask about Alliance Conquest. They just asked about Alliance Conquest, which sucks. Completely AI. We all know what Alliance Conquest is. It's the one that's got the triangle, and one
Yeah.
goes this side, that side, down the middle. It's completely AI. That's completely AI kind of stuff. Like completely. So
The new thing, the Dawn trials are also 100% AI.
yeah, you know a game I did like that they had. It was like you had to go around a circle, and like you go left, and you got to battle off, and you get the Titans, and you go right, and you got to battle off just to get like the other Titan. They used to have them. That was a fun game. It was like $200 to completely do the whole entire thing. That was seriously fun. In my eyes, that was fun, and they did it twice, and then they pulled the plug. That was fun.
The one similar to the one you even created an account to play in the beginning, where you choose your 3 officers and then you go around killing
Oh,
different
yeah.
monsters and stuff in the map. They did incorporate that at some point in some of the games. It's a thing in front of the plane.
Yeah, that right there. So you
newer-
gotta
ne-
you gotta
yeah,
build and you
you
gotta
have
build a new
something there.
city. You
But
gotta
they released like 45 levels or so, and it was done. Like there's nothing else for you to do there. So yeah, it's you can't replay it again. It doesn't reset. It's done. It's done.
So that game
Had
was
a
based on
version of that
officers.
is in an event. Yeah, but they have a version of that in an event that you
Yeah.
played.
got-
They never brought that event back. That was fun.
That was one of the
Better-
that was very
Better
fun
than
to
the
play.
fishing shit.
That was let me think about what event name of that was. Oh God, I have a video on it. I'm just gonna check.
Like they had some good events or fun events. At least funnier than the fishing event or even this marble thing. It's kind of stupid.
It is very stupid.
Or the beat the bear.
Well, here's the thing. They're going to continue to do that because people are continuing to spend on it. And the people are continuing to spend not because they like the event. They're continuing to spend on it because of the rewards that come out of the event. And that's the difference. Now, if they put the same rewards in like these events that people are not spending on, but they enjoy quite a bit, it would make that event very, very good.
Yep.
I'm looking for that. What was it? I forget the name of it, but
I don't remember the name, but
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I know I made like 2 or 3 videos of it because I was first and second place in almost every time, but it was like $1,000 to do it.
like they want to maximize profits, so they will try this type of events. If people start spending on those events, they will keep them. Otherwise, they will scrap them and move to something else. That's my feeling.
No, you're 100% right.
Might be wrong.
No, you're right on that. You're right. You're dead on.
Regardless if you're having fun or not, since we're per se in the final stages of the game in terms of evolution, they will try to squeeze as much as they can for as long as they can.
Well, any company does that.
Yep.
Every single one of them.
Any gaming company does that. So
Yeah. So it's that right there is
nothing new.
that's what it's
but-
called. Desperate Hunt. Desperate Hunt. That's what it's called. Hold on. I think I had to. Let me see if I can maximize it. Jesus. Hold on. I'll bring it over here and blow it up. It's blown up now,
Yeah.
so everything looks a little
That
blurry.
event.
Yeah, this was actually very fun. Went super fast, but yeah, I was always getting first and second place on it. And it was not cheap, I'll tell you that. But it was fun. You know how many other games are just like this? A lot of them. And those are the kind of games that people enjoy. I'm going to fast forward it real quick. People do enjoy these kind of games. So this was the hard part. It was trying to beat this guy. And there was a certain formula that you had to use, and certain officers that you had to use to actually get to beat them because of these different things. But this was very fun. I enjoyed this
Me too.
quite a bit. But
It's a shame that they didn't brought it back.
well, I mean, who's to say they won't? Who's to say they won't? Who's to say that they don't bring back
Did
that
they ever?
ancient battleground?
But did they ever, with any event, try an event, pull it out, and then bring it up again
They
in
did.
the same way?
Chaos Land. That's about all I can think of. But Chaos Land is.
Okay.
We figured out that Chaos Land is what was a quarterly thing. So they did it 3 times a year. But we've seen it twice in the past 2 months now, or 3 months. We'll say 3 months. So
Okay, they just increased the frequency, but they didn't actually pull it out. 'Cause
well, it
that
used to
game
be
was
once a
actually
month.
pulled out.
It used to be once a month. Chaos Land used to be used to pick your void opponent.
Yes.
That's how Chaos Land used to be used. But it's no longer used for that. Now it's used for the quarterly. I'm going to still say quarterly, and it's used for merger reasons. Which in my eyes, like, it's one of everyone's favorite event is Chaos Land, because that's one event that you can have over 1 million troops, and you can bring every single troop that you have in there, and you can do some real damage as a team. That's when. Now, if you're not a big alliance and people don't show up, you're not going to do so well. You're going to be the first person, zeroed out. But still, it was super fun. It's similar to Iron Blood, but Iron Blood is Chaos Land on freaking steroids. That's what.
Yeah.
But
what I was trying to say is that it's slightly different because the game or that part of the game was already there. They never took it out and then added it back in.
Right.
They just increased or changed the frequency in which that game it shows up. But the game was always that part was always in the game. It was never removed. So that's why I was asking, did they ever add like a small game like that one, then removed it,
and then put it back in?
A year or so put it back in?
No.
Because people liked it?
No. Other than Chaos Land, no, they have not. Usually when they pull it like they did with GC. But they would send a message through the game that they're not doing it anymore.
And that game was just an experiment because it was never available to everyone. Was it?
The Desperate Hunt is available. It was available across the board. The Ancient Battlegrounds was available to only certain nations. kind of like how that new one that they're testing out right now.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
we were only able to see it because of people sharing their screen, stuff like that. But like when Polar came out, that was in testing, and people shared their screen, and people were super active it, and they're very Polar. Although people say and I know and that it's super expensive, when you're hyped up, it's super fun.
Yes, it is.
And people will, if you in certain nations, if you ain't got a chance to win it, yeah, I'm not expecting high participation because of the spend level. But when you have a chance to win it, um, that round, you get a heavy participation. But
Yep.
but with
You
that,
know who we had for Polar this week? It was a ton of fun.
who'd you have, real quick?
255,
Okay.
910,
Ooh.
785,
Ouch.
and us. The only nation that was missing was yours.
Jesus Christ, that's a
It was fun as
combo.
hell. Yep,
That's a
it was
combo.
fun as hell.
Jeez, that's definitely a combo. But did anyone record anything or no?
I'm not sure, I was traveling that day.
Damn.
I joined, but I didn't record.
Yeah, you're on your phone. I get that. Well, it was super fun. But we are 3.5 hours in, so I am definitely going to end the stream. And I think I'll be here for mantras this week because now that I re-injured my leg, I'm back at the desk in my jail cell. So I can do mantras this weekend, this Sunday.
Okay.
And